Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas green. Face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas green. Face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.
This product is so important because not only is it produced with care, but it actually has proven results. There have been over 10,000 units of this sold. The company name is shareabutters.com, and this was developed with love by a woman who simply wanted to help her beautiful daughter as she recovered from the devastating effects of cancer, chemo, and radiation burn, and has helped many others with fading stretch marks, eczema, and many other skin issues. Check out the website as it has tons of other valuable products. Check it out. There will be a link and a discount code pinned in the comments section of this video.
Experience the ultimate in feminine care with the Sweet Yoni Lavender QG Gel Wash. This soothing, lavender-infused formula ensures freshness and comfort all day, elevating your hygiene routine. Click the link and shop now.
Did you grow up watching your mom choose men over you? Was she your first bully? Are you constantly drawn to men who expect you to suffer in silence and call it loyalty? Do you feel torn between loving the women that raised you and confronting them for their harmful mindset and ways? If you have ever felt unseen, unloved, or unprotected, especially by the very people who should have had your back, then the Mammy DSM was written for you. I put this to language, these experiences. I identify these deeply ingrained behaviors. I trace their roots, and I show you exactly how they shape your relationships and your self-worth, and even your ability to thrive. This book will help you name the patterns, unpack the pain, and break the cycle once and for all. Please heal, unlearn, and reclaim. Grab your copy of the Mammy DSM. The link to the book is down in the comment section.
Nobody is above blocking. You stress me, I block you. You give me attitude, I block you. You come on my page, talk crazy stuff, I block you. You don't like me, me don't like you, I block you. It's real life.
Good afternoon, Vibers. What is going on? It's still morning if you're on the West Coast, but let's get into it. So as you guys know, there has been a lot of situations happening and popping off surrounding Princella the Queenmaker, honey. Those of you who don't know her, she's a very, very popular, what some would call influencer, I would call cult leader. And there's a lot of stuff to unpack with this woman. I've been knowing about her way before she actually was really popular. So I've literally seen the grift, and most of us, if you've been around for a while, you've even seen some of the grooming happen. You've seen some of the victims come out. And I know that I told you guys we were supposed to have her ex-girlfriend and a couple of other of her victims, along with the flawed villain, on last week. But there was some travel situations going on with B, but we are on schedule for next week. So we'll be on sometime early this week. Myself, flawed villain, B. Taylor, and I think maybe 3 other women that were actually victimized by Princella. I'm talking about people in her Discord and all this kind of stuff. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some of her antics, right? A lot of people did not know that she was anti-gay, anti a lot of the stuff that she's literally pushing as a solution for Black women now. And so we're going to go over some of the stuff. I have our therapist, resident Viber, Elisha from Elisha Space on, and you guys know she's a licensed therapist. And we're just going to have a little chit chat and a little reaction to what's going on. What's going on? Escaped from Bonobo Island. I guess I can't call you a former victim, maybe a former cult member. You survived a cult. That's what happened. What's going on, Scarred? I hope everybody is doing well. So now I'm going to bring up our girl a lot, Elisha. Elisha, how are you, Muffin?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Are you ready to get into this mess?
Yes, I am. I'm excited about this, actually.
Did you see how petty that thumbnail was?
Yes, I loved it.
That was petty. You want to go ahead and tell everyone about you and what you're about, a little bit about your channel. And I'm going to go ahead and link your channel in the comments section while you do that.
Oh, sure. So I am a licensed therapist, counselor. I work with individuals who are dealing with all types of different transitions in their life, including depression, anxiety, trauma, and also relationship transitions. And basically, Elisha Space covers those types of topics. And we also cover topics of, because there's so much misinformation, particularly in faith circles, I also put some information out as well in order to help people become more informed. So very excited about the channel. So if you guys want to go ahead and, subscribe to it, that would be great. But I'm really looking forward to this. And I enjoy the channel too. It's a lot of fun for me. Got some great interviews coming up too. Some great interviews coming up with some renowned people as well. So cool. Who are well sought out and things of that nature. So I'm excited about that too. So yeah.
Cool. That is awesome. So again, shout out to Elisha. And I did put her channel link down in the comment section. I need you guys to do me a favor. We need to get Elisha up to 100 subs by the end of this stream. So I need you guys to help. Share it, subscribe. Let's support our other girl alive. She's literally out here doing the Lord's work. Okay. Princella is out here literally. I found this out, by the way, yesterday. Princella tells women that they don't need therapists, that therapists just basically are out for money. And she tells them not to go to therapy, but to pay her. instead. Okay. Just so you know. All right. So if there is a real need for a counselor in the space, we actually have one on deck. All right. So let's go ahead and start off. So what I was thinking was that we could kind of go over a few of her antics, a few things that, you know, kind of like some of the videos that we didn't cover where she's getting her ass handed to her by Flawed Villain. Shout out to her. It's not just Flawed Villain. Now, everybody, like they are making a mockery of this mess. You've got Spiritual Whistleblower going in. You've got quite a few other creators, but still, I will be honest, none of the major more popular BWE content creators are saying anything. And my take on that is fear of the subbies. No one wants the subs to get angry, retaliate, and unsub and not support. So people would rather just not tell the truth. And for me, that's an issue. Okay, that's an issue. So what do you think about that? How do you present yourself as women's empowerment, but when there's a woman that is the same danger that you claim men are, you're silent on it? What do we say about something like that?
I think there is power to authenticity within your branding. And so if you have issues with like insecurity, if you have issues with not being your authentic self, whatever that might look like, it's not going to bother you to speak truth when it comes to, I'll call her, I believe she's a cult leader, like Princella. So yeah. I think sometimes people wear masks in order to, and think that they're doing a good job of their branding. But to me, that just speaks out to your own heart wounds, and that you need to do some work yourself. You know, you're not being true to yourself, and you're not being true to your audience. And if you lose subbies, then what I found is that if you lose people, others who resonate with you will come. That's so right. It's we have to get away. That's a poverty mindset to me. We have to get away from that. You know, there's always room at the table for more.
Absolutely. That is a good. Well, you guys got some buffering going on there. Said it's some buffering. Really? Well, hopefully that corrects itself. Sometimes it's just like that. So I got the I have the playlist of the last couple of little situations where there's like some contradictions being pointed out. So I was going to play a little bit of that, and then you and I can react to that. But I also have some minute marks of some interviews that she did, if we have time, as well as some screenshots of her old rhetoric to kind of like juxtapose to what's happening now. So let's go ahead and we'll go. Let's see. Let's check this one out first. Do me a favor, guys, and hit the like button.
Say I'm not dealing with no woman under the age of 30.
Because she's mature.
So before I get into this, let me set the precedence on what this is probably talking about.
My child.
Princella is now dating someone that used to be the young lady came to her, to be a part of her little thing, her cult, I guess, because everybody needs these help with men and all this stuff. The young lady is 23. Princella's 17 years older than her, right? She got with her basically within the first couple of days of meeting her. She sexualized her right away, according to the people that were witnesses when she met her. And within 2 weeks, she moved her in there. And from what I understand, the young lady is isolated from her family, and just a whole bunch of strange stuff going on. Like she's now Princella's baby mama, where she takes care of her daughter and all this kind of stuff. Just a whole bunch of mess. So Princella was also openly saying that whenever there's an age gap relationship, that there's a power dynamic there, and that people shouldn't do this, namely men, because all they're doing is taking advantage of younger women. So that's the precedence for this video. And it looks like Flawed Villain went and pulled up a contradiction. So here we go.
father is 63 years old. You know why? Because
Y'all didn't hear that. Let me because that was key. Let me play that back.
My child's father is 63 years old. You know why? Because I'm extremely mature for my age. I don't fuck with kids. That's why I say I'm not dealing with no woman under the age of 30.
Because she mature, bitch. Why you dating 23-year-old? Why you sucking dick, bitch? Why are y'all still sucking dick at 50?
My child's father's.
So yeah. So 2 years ago, she wouldn't date anyone under 30, and now she's justifying dating a 23-year-old. What do you say about that, Elisha?
So I'm even going to go to where she started to encourage or have the 23-year-old be put in positions where she's withdrawing from her family. That's textbook a way an abuser treats somebody when they're trying to get them to do what they're trying to do. It's clear that this is a grooming situation. It really is. You know, it's clear that this is a grooming situation, and it's clear that she knows what she's doing, right, Scar Beauty? Absolutely. She knows what she's doing. She knows, because she stated it a couple years ago about not seeing someone under 30 years old. You know, and this is what someone does. This is one of the first things when you're in an emotionally abusive situation that someone does, is they start to put you in situations where you start to withdraw from your family. They'll use manipulation. They'll use all kinds of different things in order to try to keep you from the people that care about you. You know, I'm surprised her family hasn't reached out to her and things of that nature, you know, trying to get her out of that. So
absolutely. I'm sure they have, but you know, like when they're adults, it's kind of hard to you know what I mean? It's different. But and I don't think people are recognizing, which is really dangerous. I don't think people recognize how dangerous online cults are. We all saw it with Nature Boy, right? But I guess the reason why people understood it better with him is because his cult was virtual and in and offline. But it's still dangerous, because once they build up their personas and their online presence, they build up that name recognition. They have trust. A lot of times they get fame, just like Nature Boy. Like if we think about him for a second, Nature Boy was interviewed by some of the largest platforms. People called him a scholar, right? Because with him, like Princella, sometimes they do say some real shit. Right. And they'll say some stuff that resonates, that for many of us, and I'm not trying to diminish anybody's contribution or anyone's intelligence, but a lot of what these people say, a lot of the time, is stuff that most of us know and get. Right. And it resonates because it's the truth. But for whatever reason, when they say it, it's like, oh my God. Ren, if you want the link, you can have the link too. Oh my God, they did this, you know what I mean? So, they get paraded around, they get a lot of name recognition. People trust them because they're popular, and there's a power dynamic there. And she's being, if you look, we just saw her with Candace Owens. Okay. Right. Her platform grew by 100,000 just from that sit down on Jubilee with Candace Owens.
Right.
So that's dangerous.
And she's also spiritually abusive too.
Hey girl, spiritual whistleblower. Very, very, very. I'm going to show one of Spiritual Whistleblower's videos too, as a matter of fact, because she got into that ass as well. She got into her ass. Welcome, Spiritual Whistleblower. If either of you guys want the link, just let me know. I know Spiritual Whistleblower has a podcast coming up on her Patreon. I think the name of that is My Family Can Kiss My Ass.
Oh, I love that.
So, I know, right? So,
girl, put that link in.
Sometimes, right. Sometimes you have to, hey, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. If you got a family full of narcs, you got to tell them to kiss your ass, okay? So shout out to Spiritual Whistleblower on that. Let's go to the next.
Real good too, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna do it while I'm looking good too, and I don't give a damn what you say, right? Mm-hmm. What? You ain't just show them titties on. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I could show them better if y'all didn't have my name blocking them. Right?
Could you pause that for a minute? I want to say something.
Oh, sure.
And they grab.
So I had touched on the spiritual abuse, and I agree with you, spiritual whistleblower. I believe she's doing something in the dark arts. I can't prove it, but I believe she is because it's too many things. Just like with some of the other folks that are involved in the cults and stuff, there's too many things that match up. After a while, it's a pattern, and you can easily kind of pick it up. But even the way she's talking, like she's talking in rhythm. And that's what typically, like, if you even notice, like ministers do, they'll talk in a rhythm. She's talking in a rhythm, and it's a way to draw you in. You know, she's trying to draw you in, and a lot of times people will use more than one way to try to draw you in, and after a while, it can also be used. How do I say this? It could also be used as a way to you're so caught up in the rhythm you miss what's being said. You see?
Yep. Yep.
You know,
And she's very well aware of that. Because here's
is.
the thing, what we do know about her is that a lot of her information, a lot of what she does, it literally comes from the group of people that she says are incapable of love and that she hates. Like she literally imitates every single male cult leader, especially in the pro-Black arena. I've seen her channeling. I think we talked about this too. She does give Elijah Muhammad. What's going on, Stu Main? Elijah Muhammad, for some reason, she loves to channel him. Farrakhan, a Baptist minister. I've seen her quoting and validating Malachi Z. York, Nature Boy. In fact, I'm still trying to get a hold to the footage. From what I understand, she literally went to Carbonation. From what I understand, there's video proof of her being out at Carbonation with her daughter when they were in Costa Rica. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised because I remember doing a stream maybe about 3 years ago, and I literally played her back and forth with Nature Boy as they literally mirrored each other's talking points. It was crazy. And this was like 3 years ago, and everybody was mad about it. But now it looks like people are starting to see what's up. Okay. Yes, spiritual whistleblower. Let me get Ren up here. Ren, let me edit this so that we can see everybody up here. I just got to move some stuff around. Spiritual whistleblower, you definitely should be worried about her daughter. When we first expressed that there was something wrong, I'm going to tell you the first person to call out a situation with her daughter. That was Taz, actually. And it's because he used to work with children that had special needs. And so he's able to pick up on certain signs with children, especially like, if they're on the spectrum or something like that. He's really good with children with special needs. And he was able to pick up on that in Princella's daughter. Of course, he wouldn't say it publicly, but what he would say was something was wrong. And you guys need to pay attention to what's going on around her daughter. And one time he actually lost it because she was sitting there with the daughter right next to her smoking a blunt on a live stream, sexualizing herself, doing all the weird shit that she does. Y'all know what she do. It's just crazy. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, Ren, also known as Renaissance Woman. Did you want to add something to the conversation?
No, thank you. I think both of you are spot on. Now, I just, especially since, in the beginning, we knew her from coming around our spaces, and to just see her do this 360. And what I wanted to ask was when you see this type of, it's almost like it's a YouTube derangement syndrome where these people are able to just keep picking personalities until they find something that sticks. And then it almost seems like she's kind of tricked herself into believing that this is real, or is this just for clicks and views, or do you think there's something more going on here?
I think in the beginning it became a show, and I actually think she now believes it to a degree about herself. But I think in the beginning it was a show. It's almost like, because, you know, you can't wear, in order for a lie to become believable, you have to wear the lie.
Yeah.
So I think in order, you know, there's a saying, I can't remember exactly what the saying is, but I'll kind of give a synopsis of it. Is, you know, what you dwell upon or what you rest in, you eventually become, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, she is embodying this lie. And and in order to embody a lie, don't you have to believe the lie?
That's
So
right.
I think this is a gradual journey that she's taking, because if you follow along, now I haven't followed like I have not followed like you guys have followed, to be quite honest with you. But from the research I've done and from the things I've noticed about her, it seems like she's really wearing this lie right now. You know, so to me,
So
it's
you
like
think
it
when
was a
she
gradual thing.
Yeah, so you think when she says stuff like she's the queen of queens, let me just uh find that and
I
put
think
that
she
up
really
here.
believes that about
That
herself.
she's sent by the divine mother and all this kind of stuff. I kind of believe it too. And what's crazy about that is when we were talking about her a couple of years ago, and I was identifying the different stages of what happens when someone is, you know, building a cult and the different things that happens. One of the things the only thing that I saw that she had not done was set a doomsday date, right? But lo and behold, when B. Taylor exposed her, she told B. Taylor, and I want B. Taylor to go a little bit more into detail about this when she comes back. But Princella told B. Taylor something to the effect that something was going to pop off during a certain time frame. And before she allowed it to happen, that she was going to unalive her daughter. So to me, when people get to talking along those lines, which that's regular cult talk, they all go there. They all go there. You cannot find a cult that does not eventually start putting in, you know, doomsday scenarios and stuff like that. And I think typically when they start that is because they're really close to being exposed and found out. During the time that this was going on, Princella was getting a lot of heat. Taz was on that ass real bad, right? And we're just now finding out just how bad it was affecting her. I found out from the inside that he had her extremely bothered. Some people did not even know or find out that this woman was still married until Taz brought the information out. So this would line up around the time that she started talking about some sort of, again, doomsday scenarios. But even thinking about Nature Boy, Jim Jones, Dave Koresh, any of these people that had this level of influence, once they get to the point where they're about to get found out, even look at Umar. Look at Umar. He's getting every time you look at this Negro, he's getting nuttier and nuttier, crazier and crazier. You can see the psychopath, the psychopath in his eyes. You can see it because he's getting close to being found out. They don't know what to do. So like it's something going on there. And I think that the closer she gets to being exposed because her ego is so big, the more dangerous it will get. Thank you, Snack Namil, for the super chat. She says, thank you for keeping us informed. This story has so many layers and that lady needs help. She does. I don't know if Princella can be helped. I want the women that could fall prey to Princella to get the help. Because I honestly don't know if she can be helped for real.
I don't
you guys
think
got
Princella
anything
wants to be helped. You know, in order to get help, you have to want help. I think she enjoys what she gets out of this. She's getting too many benefits from this. So she doesn't want to change this at this time.
I agree. She doesn't. She does not want to change it at all. Nope, she doesn't. Did you want to add anything, Ren?
No, not right now.
Okay, let me just so that we can get the full context of this video. So in this video, and I know why they're playing this because she's got some audio that's going viral on TikTok where she's talking about how she doesn't have to show boobs and stuff, even though we just saw her showing boobs. But even in that video, it gets worse, because that same interview, she literally stood up and grabbed her crotch and proceeded to massage her vagina for the men in the audience. So just so y'all know, she is a real character. So let's go.
Can I just say this? And I've just noticed, even when it comes to all these cults and people like this, there's always an element of sexual deviancy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I didn't realize you had started talking when I played it. What'd you say now?
I just noticed that there's always some sort of sexual deviancy involved when it comes into all these cults and people like her. There's always an element of them taking advantage of younger women and children, or they're just deviant, because I saw some of those streams where she was on there gyrating and just being really, it was really inappropriate. And I just think that must be some element that goes through it too, because it's almost like, is this a demonic energy that all of these people seem to possess? Because why are they all exhibit the same behavior?
Yep, they do. Every last one of
them. Real good too, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do it while I'm looking good too, and I don't give a damn what you say, right? Mm-hmm. What?
You ain't just showing titties on.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I could show them better if y'all didn't have my name blocking them. Right? Women are 304, and they gravitate to that shit. That's what they gravitate to. So what we supposed to do? What is women's empowerment supposed to look like? Real, my child's father's.
So yeah, so that was that. Okay, that's what she does. Okay, that is what she does.
Nyla, did I hear her say, what is BW? They're 304s. So what else is BWE supposed to do?
Right. And so again, she's projecting. She's projecting.
Yeah, because, basically what she's saying is, for the women who are supposed to be in Black women's empowerment, you're all hoes. So BWE content creators need to treat you like the whores you are. So This is when I ask the next question to the audience. Are you in a dysfunctional relationship with your favorite content creator? Because if we're not going to talk about men talking to us this way and being this disrespectful to you, why would you allow that?
That's right. That's right. That is right. Here's the thing. Talking about being in a dysfunctional relationship with the content creator. So listen, she calls them bitches and hoes. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She is not very kind to these women when, she's on live. She's very disrespectful. And just like I was talking to you the other day, I did not know that this woman was charging $75 a month for a book club. She's financially abusive for a book club. And you cannot read the book without her. And I'm thinking, okay, so, all right, there's got to be some sort of justification for a $75 a month book club, right? So I'm like, well, maybe maybe books come with it. Maybe they get like 2 books a month and play, that, because, what I'm saying? Then I could kind of see it if it covered the cost of books or something. Maybe they got 2 or 3 books a month along with the book club membership, a workbook and all this kind of stuff, right? No. It was a regular book club, but but there was a stipulation that you can't read the book without her, from what I understand. So yeah. Now let me go over here to Spiritual Whistleblower, because I know she made a couple of videos. I'm gonna see if I can find all of them.
Oh, he's not who he used to be.
Let me rewind.
He's acting uninterested. So I'm responding to your comment regarding my video about Princella. You said Princella had some awesome content. Then she took a left turn somewhere and became the man she preached against. So sad, because in the early days, she dropped gems. all Princella was doing was love bombing her female audience. This is how you trauma bond a victim, speaking from a narcissist whole agenda. Ladies, I want you to go back to your last toxic, abusive relationship with a man or a woman when they were that individual that you fell in love with, and he was blowing a bunch of smoke up your ass, telling you what you wanted to hear. It sounds so good. It felt so good. It felt so right. He was love bombing you. Then at some point when he felt that he had you locked in, he switched up on you, pulled the rug from underneath your foot. You became disoriented, confused, because you're like, wait a minute. How did he go from telling me all these sweet nothings and future faking to like pulling back? And now he's not who he used to be. He's acting uninterested. He's not texting or calling like he used to. He's staying out more often. His behavior, his actions are inconsistent. This is how a narcissist creates a trauma bond with his victim. Princella successfully trauma bonded her female audience by telling y'all what the fuck y'all wanted to hear. Y'all knew this information about men already. You allowed this woman to turn into a cult leader, ear fuck you, ear hustle you. She told you what you already knew. You knew this about men. The information she gave you is not nothing new.
Yep.
It was her delivery. It was her masculine, dominant. She's male driven, male identified. She is male centered. And unfortunately, a lot of her female followers are pick-me's and women who lack self-esteem. Okay. And the stuff she was preaching, it sounded real good. Yeah, the shit that she dropped was very true about men. But she's a pimp, and she understands how men thinks. And all she did was exploit her female audience to gain money, control, and access to younger women that she can prey on. She pimped the fuck out of her entire female audience. She love bombed you, all of you, just to get into your pockets and get into your mental. And then she pulled back and switched up, and she cosplays as a man. And the moment that she started getting invited to these male podcasts to speak her mind, she was in the presence of male red pill podcasters where she felt comfortable and in her element, because in her mind, she thinks she's a fucking man. She wants to be a man, but she wants to be an abusive man. She pimped all of y'all. Y'all got to stop with this mess. The moment a man or woman shows you a fucking red flag, you are to cut them off. I don't care how good the game is. I don't care how good they sound mentally, whatever. When they switch up, cut them immediately. No questions asked. A lot of y'all allowed Princella to play in y'all face. She switched up on you and you stayed loyal to her when you should have cut her the fuck off. She's moving just like a narcissistic man does. When he love bombs you and then he stops love bombing, he switches up and pulls back to reinforce that trauma bond. She's doing the same fucking thing.
Okay, so I know she got some more. Let me look and see. Make sure you guys go over and follow her.
Let me I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let me respond to that. All of that,
you
guys, all of that is truth. All of that is truth.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, like even with me personally, myself personally. Oh, and I'm gonna mention Sonya too. Doesn't like it's like Princella thinks she's a man, like Sonya thinks she's white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's amazing to me. Girl, you chocolate as I don't know what, but you white. Okay.
Just as white as she can be in her mind.
Exactly. So I guess what I'm trying to say, I am a survivor. I've gone on different interviews and things like that, and I've told my story of being of my healing journey and being a survivor of domestic violence and how I got into this place of thriving. And that is exactly how it happened with my ex-husband, right? So at any time it's a unhealthy relationship, it always starts out good, doesn't it? It always starts out good. You're told all these wonderful things, they're doing all these amazing things. And then after a while, what happens is, for me, we were together, but it was, he showed up, the real him showed up after I was pregnant with the twins. When I was pregnant with my sons, that's when the real him showed up, you know? But Sonia's hairstrings, that's funny. So all of that being said, a lot of times you just give it enough time and then the real person is going to show up. But as soon as that person shows up, you need to go left and leave. And what are you getting from Princella? I mean, really, she can't buy you nothing, right? She can't, you can't get intimate with her, not as a content creator.
Yeah, you can. She's open.
Oh, but I'm thinking about like in person, okay?
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing.
Okay, but I'm just saying the things that you would want to get from somebody, you can't really get it from her because it's all false. It's all a presentation. It's not real, It's not real. So the unhealthiness that she presents, and listen, she knows everything she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. She is, to me, she is a sociopath.
Oh, absolutely.
She is a sociopath.
Absolutely.
And because when someone is a sociopath, they're intentionally doing these things, So my biggest thing with her is she means to harm other people. And the other thing I'm going to mention too that was brought out in that video that I want to reaffirm, if you look on her website, you don't see women influencers. You only see men. And that's a red flag. You only see men.
What's her? Is it High Power Podcast or Princella? Let me see.
I just did a thing on Princella and it showed up her website. And on her website,
okay, I found it.
When it talks, you only see men. You do not see women.
Let me share this. Let me share the screen over there.
And yes, I don't take away from the fact that men can't empower women and can't say positive things about us and empower us.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to hear from other women. Like a woman can't tell like a man really can't tell a woman how to be empowered. He really can't. Like he can drop some jewels like a father or a big brother would, but it's a woman. Only a woman can do that with another woman, right? And so you see all these unhealthy things with her. Last thing, I thought it was my last thing, but there's just so much with her. The last thing I'll mention too is the sexual. She's on a video trying to do Black women empowerment, and she's feeling herself. She's massaging her vajayjay and all these other things. A lot of the people in the audience, a lot of them are survivors of some sort of trauma. Maybe it's and it could be a sexual trauma. So imagine how triggering that might be, where she's doing these things, where she's supposed to be drawing in this type of audience, and she's just feeding a wound instead of to help solve or provide some type of a healing balm for the wound. She is increasing their pain because they're being triggered and reminded of what they went through. So those are my thoughts about that.
Okay, so I pulled up her website, and on her website, it looks like she is presenting semi-feminine. She says transforming women's lives through truth, healing, and self-mastery. How is that? Okay. international speaker, relationship strategist. Now, this is what bothers me. How are you a relationship strategist with only failed relationships? Even your relationships with women, right? So let's think about that. Failed marriage, as Flawed Villain says, you got dog walked by all these different men because all she's talked about is being abused. She chose an elderly man to have a child with, and he was abusive. Men took her for like $40,000. She tried polygamy. She's tried everything. She's tried other women, and still she's getting the same. How can you be a relationship strategist if you don't have a solid relationship? And that's one thing that bothers me about social media. The people that have all of the relationship advice are usually a 3 times divorcee, no successful relationships in history in their family. They can't, not to say that you have to be married in order to talk about it, but I would think that in order to call yourself an expert in this, you should at least have been able to demonstrate a healthy relationship yourself. I would at least that be, I would feel a little bit better. International speaker, author, influencer. So look at all the people that she's with. She's posted up with men, right? The host of Valuetainment. Where are the women? Where are the women?
I think Umar's on there too.
Yeah, he's there. He's over here with her. Here's where she's with another television show where there is a man and a woman here. But for the most part, it's with men. Okay. She doesn't even promote other women, right? And let's see about this. Okay. Career highlights of Princella. Founder of the Queen's Gambit Academy, created a transformative platform dedicated to helping women reclaim their power, heal from trauma, and make strategic life decisions. Well, that's subjective, right? 8-year military veteran, served with honor, but you got an honorable discharge, a dishonorable discharge. So how's that serving with honor? Okay. She says, bringing the discipline, leadership, and resilience learned in the military to her work with women across the globe. Achieved top success in sales and marketing, leveraged strategic thinking and determination to rise to the top of sales and marketing industry, earning accolades and recognition. All that tells me is that you lie very well. Author of best-selling books, wrote The Game, 41 Shades of Men, and The 5 Components of Love, which have empowered countless women to find, to understand male psychology and their own value in the relationships. I'm sorry, I never bought the book, but I read samples of the book. And look, to my detriment, I'm not going to shit on something just because I don't like them. But if you don't get that knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone ass literature up out my face, trying to pass it off as scholarship, for real. Like, she literally patterned it, and Flaw Villain was one who pointed this out to. She patterned it kind of off of the 48 Laws of Power, right? But think about this. 41 Shades of Men, right? How do you know all of these niggas? Unless you done fucked all of them. And been how does one, like in one lifetime, which I know some people are a little bit loosey with the goosey, but how do you know intimately 41 different type of men? Unless you done been ran through by all of them. I just want to know. Let me get back over to get off this girl's website before it pisses me off, and get back over to these videos. Do you have anything you want to add, Ren or Elisha?
No,
I just wanted to say that I think for me, one of the things that's concerning about the audience, because I don't know what the age demographic is, but particularly if these are people who have experienced traumas, and maybe that's why they gravitate toward this personality type, because that's what they're familiar with. But in their minds, they're in a safe space because it's a woman. But this is a woman who's patterned herself as after the most problematic men. Like, I don't think it should go is pattern herself after pimping Ken and studying pimps.
Yeah. She's literally patterned herself off of the archetype that has plagued women the most. So it really is a trauma bond situation because she's giving them familiarity. She's just like their baby daddies. She's just like the men that abuse them. She's just like their fathers. She talks like them. She looks like them. She dresses like them. She has their same cadence. She carries the same energy as the men that these women sought love from. And so now, in a very twisted way, she's giving them that from the perspective that they think that they wanted it from. Does that make sense? Like, she's representative of their dusty ass baby daddies, their dusty ass father. She's carrying their energy and she's quote unquote loving them, right? So they're bonded over this trauma that they've already experienced through someone that they loved. Except Princella is, in their minds, you know, there's some reciprocity there. Like, it's really sick and twisted. Really sick and twisted. So let's see this one.
The other piece of that, right before you show the video, I won't take up a lot of the time. The other piece of that too is I was thinking about her daughter. So she keeps in a way subtly showing her daughter and exposing her daughter to these things, which is also triggering for the audience who have experienced, because a lot of them, like, some may be going in for information, I'll give that, but a lot of times what we do is when we get pulled into watching a content creator, we get pulled into them because a lot of what they say resonates with us. Like, there's some type of a connection you feel with that person. If you even want to go this far with it, you could also maybe even call it a potential soul tie, you know, because you feel that connection with that person, right? So here she is. She's doing all the things that she's doing, in addition to massaging herself and all these other things. And then she's got her daughter there. Can you imagine how triggering that is to the audience who has maybe resonated with her on a lot of what she's saying, and then she's doing all these other things in these layers? You know what I'm saying? It's a type of grooming that really, that's what it is. So she can go to another place with them. Even the book club, ain't no way in the world we're going to pay $75 unless you have $75 for the book club. Didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
$75.
Ain't no way.
No. Dr. Carissa, hey girl, how are you? She said, Princella hates men more than she hates women. She uses women to infiltrate male circles to destroy them. This goes back to her past trauma and military days. I get that. And I used to feel that way, but I actually believe it's the opposite. I really believe that she adores men, that she idolizes them. She worships them to the point where she, like, you know, I said many times before, she's morphing into one. If you think about it, everything about her countenance and her energy is given male now. Her jawline is even squared off. And I just being a spiritual person, I do see it through a spiritual lens. She is embodying all of those things that she loves. You know, she's got a square jawline now. She's got, she's sagging her pants. She's walking like a man. She's sitting like a man. She's the way that she describes women. Like, there's video, and hopefully we'll run into it, where she's dragging women, you know, saying, the one woman that she assaulted, she's like, basically she's saying, I mess with bad bitches. Why would I mess with someone like her? You know, dissing her looks in the same way that a red pill man does. And the reason why I believe that Princella loves men so much and what's going on with the women is this. The women, like, let's say the B. Taylor archetype, those are the kinds of women that Princella has historically lost to. She has historically lost to women that are very comfortable in their femininity, attractive, poised, accomplished, because she's never been comfortable like that, right? Which is why she's trying to flip femininity into some pseudo bullshit, right? So the B. Taylors of the world are what the men that she always wanted and adored went after and left her behind for. She was a sneaky link. She was the idiot that they used for money. She was the idiot that was making the songs. Y'all remember the song she made, You're a King to Me, and all that kind of stuff. Let me see if that video is still up here on this thing, as a matter of fact. But she made all of those. I got to switch brands, so the aesthetic might change for a second. I'll I'll bring you guys. I haven't taken, you guys are still up here. It's just that I switched brands to see if her song and stuff was still up here, if Taz still had it up here or not. And I don't think he does, but he's got something with her. Let's take a look at this real quick.
This is the reason why you're having an issue, because y'all refuse to just deal with men based on who they are. And the reason why is because you don't know who they are. You got this idea about who you think they're supposed to be. That's your problem.
But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you.
But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you.
But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you.
Like, I just go off of how that person, I'm a sapiosexual, so like mentally, like.
Okay, so if you a sapiosexual and you start listening to my stuff, all these dudes will make your fucking pussy dry smooth up because they dumb as hell. Okay.
If you a sapiosexual and you start listening to my stuff, all these dudes will make your fucking pussy dry smooth up because they dumb as hell.
But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you. You don't accept men for who they are. Men have shown you that they are violent. They have shown you that they are manipulative. They have shown you that they are users. They have shown you that they're codependent. Y'all get with men with the intent to change them into something. So you want to be a pillow princess, right? You don't like that. Cool. You ain't got to. Okay. So you have a baby, right? Which shows you that you ain't got to have no quote unquote relationship. You ain't got to be married. You have the sperm and you got the seed, the child, which belongs to you. What else do you want? But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you. You want all this stuff that exists in women. Now you can like men. I'm not telling you not to like men. What I am telling you to do is like them for who they are, which are male character traits and behavioral patterns like that. Okay?
I attract all types of men, so I don't know, since I was younger, it's been older, it's been different races of men, white men, Latino.
What is your type? I don't care who attracted to you.
I just like
it's a bum that's attracted to you right now. I know it's a bum in the damn comment section that would love to nut all over you. Now, come on now. You're not being actually attracted to men because
you don't think I'm attracted to men?
No, you're not attracted to men. Because if you were attracted to men, you wouldn't be asking them to be something that's opposite of their nature.
I want something more that comes with that.
Which is what? You finna start labeling feminine characteristics again. See, you don't like men. You want a connection that you would have with a woman. That's your thing. You don't want to accept the reality of what you get with men. And I can tell based on how you look, you ain't just dealing with no dust mite. And if I catch you with a dust mite, I'm going to be saying a whole bunch of shit about you because you're too pretty to be dealing with a dust mite. So I know the guys that you're dealing with, they bet not look like no damn dust mites. And they bet not be broke.
No.
But I just want to let you know what Pimping can say about women like you.
I'm not telling you something out of thin air. I'm telling you what I know about men, and Kevin Samuels told y'all the same thing.
I'm not telling you something out of thin air. I'm telling you what I know about men, and Kevin Samuels told y'all the same thing. Kevin Samuels told y'all the same thing.
Kevin Samuels told y'all the same thing.
This idea that you're gonna have a male to yourself is delusion. He might make you think that you're the only one. But he will be dealing with whoever and whatever behind your back or in your face. So Y'all as women do not understand the psychology or the nature of a male at all. And you're going in dealing with them based on a lot of fairy tales and fantasies that go against the male's makeup.
No.
Okay then. So what's the question? You can fuck them, get a child, and go on about your business. Okay? I mean,
you try to make these men become that instead of accepting them for who they are and who they've shown you that they are. The reason that you're trying to change them is because you don't like them as who they are. You might have liked fucking them. You might have liked looking at them, but you don't actually like them. But you get with them because you like penis and you think they're cute, and then you try to build a life around that is all of these character traits of women, because providing and protecting and leadership are all character traits of women. Stop looking for all this other shit that you get out of women and trying to make him be that. Just fuck him. Be his little watch or his little, his little picture that he carry around, and keep your mouth closed.
Because providing and protecting and leadership are all character traits of women. Because providing and protecting and leadership are all character traits of women.
Well, I mean, sperm is everywhere. You can go to a bank, you can go to a park bench, you can look in a pair of dirty socks with a used condom. You can find sperm anywhere. It's like pollen. Well, see, all of y'all think that. And see, Kevin Samuels was trying to tell y'all that. And y'all ain't listen to him. And I'm telling you the same thing.
See, Kevin Samuels was trying to tell y'all that.
Kevin Samuels was trying to tell y'all that.
You're saying that women like me, we can get that out of a woman.
That's what you're looking for, though. You're looking for everything that women have. All of these character traits that you're looking for come from a woman. Women are social. Women are communal. Males are naturally antisocial.
Okay, so knowing that lifestyle, because my sister is, she only dates women, my little sister. And she tells me, like, women, she the same problems that she deals with sound similar to, because she likes the, like how you are, like the, so she's like, some of the, like, they play games, they do the same thing. And she's like,
you're dealing with
manipulation.
You're dealing with people who have been homegrown under patriarchy and capitalism.
Okay, so what about babies? Like, how are we,
You got a baby, don't you? Are you still with the man?
No.
Okay then. So what's the question? You can fuck them, get a child, and go on about your business. Okay, I mean, because all y'all think y'all can get this unicorn that don't exist, and then you live happily ever after. And I'm sitting here telling you what I know about men. It ain't that way. Now they can either take it from me or take it from Kevin Samuels, because he's saying the same exact thing. Okay,
he said take it from me or take it from Kevin Samuels. Take it from me or take it from Kevin Samuels.
You don't like that? Cool. You ain't got to. But I just want to let you know what Pimping Ken say about women like you. All right. The ism. A pimp says he keeps a hoe in the hole because she is irresponsible. But the real reason is that the more someone depends on you, the more power you have over them. To master someone completely, they have to depend on you for everything. When a pimp first gets with a hoe, he tells her to break herself. After that, she will only see money long enough to bring it to him. Because he can only manage the money she makes, a pimp depends on a hoe at least as much as she depends on him. But the key for a pimp is to make that hoe think that she always needs him. He talks a good game, seems wise and knowledgeable, and she wants to believe she needs him to handle things. The better you talk, the more people depend on you. Since hoes like to feel taken care of, they agree to let pimps handle everything, even if they know deep down that they could have the upper hand. Not wanting to take it is what makes her a hoe in the first place.
They can either take it from me or take it from Kevin Samuels, because he's saying the same exact thing.
Okay, so let me switch brands again. And Ren had to run. I did not know it was that long. I was looking for the song where she dedicated to Black men, calling them kings and stuff like that. But what did you think about that, Elisha?
Wow. So where to begin? So this is what I'll say. You know, everybody has things they're working through, right? We all have our own things that we're working through. We know no matter what it's going to look like. She is not the person to listen to. Because, and I'm not saying that to be funny, really, she is not the person to be listening to. Because if you pay attention to what she says, it's not balanced. You know, it's like, I don't know if you guys caught the sly insult she was throwing her way too. So she was not affirming her. She was not she was not uplifting at all. She was not kind. She was just, anything she said, she was insulting. And she was using, I don't know if you paid attention to it, but she was using men's comments to validate what she was saying. Even in the video, she was giving off male vibrations from what she was talking. She carried herself as a man. That she wore the outfit she was wearing was like that. Like I was saying before, what you focus on, you eventually start to embody, you become. And that's what she's doing that's what she's been doing throughout this time. So it wouldn't have mattered if B. Taylor was to say the sky is blue, she would have disagreed with her. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have mattered if B. Taylor were to say something positive, because she would have disagreed and told her that something was wrong with what she said. You know, she was literally doing everything she could to put her in her place. If you want to, in that type of a thing, you know, she was that was like to me, if an emotional abuse was a person, that's what that would be. That's what we saw.
Yeah, I agree. That it was crazy watching, because that, just so you know, I don't know if you know that, but that is literally the stream that she, I guess that was the beginning of the grooming of B. Taylor. Like after that, she was her girlfriend. And what's so sad about the whole thing is that B didn't know that this was going to be like a public thing or anything like that. She exposed their relationship before B. Taylor was ready, before before they had actually got acclimated to each other, and then made it to where she was at a disadvantage if she said something. Princella had already, amassed a large following. She was all over the, you know what I'm saying? So she kind of like pressured this girl. It's like, it was really bad. Riddle me. This is not, that stream is going to take place next week. B. Taylor's on holiday right now. So it'll happen next week. Thanks for asking. So let's see. Spiritual whistleblower is talking about her having a husband. I think this is the one though. This one right here, and then we'll go to that one.
Okay, y'all, let's talk about Princella.
So much content,
trying to get caught up with all these topics going around, circulating on TikTok. Princella, y'all want to know the tea, what I think about her? Here we go. I want to point out, I have done a couple videos on Princella. I did one last year and maybe the year before that. And I predicted everything that's coming out right now, okay? Like I always do. A lot of people think I'm a psychic. I feel I have a high level of discernment, because when I call out something, people, you're a hater, you're this and that. And then several months down the line, my very same predictions come true. And then people come back apologizing, you know, for calling
least they
me like a
apologize.
hater and all that. I don't be hating on nobody. I just call things the way that I see it. I called Princella out a long time ago. I said she was basically the female version of Kevin Samuels, and she's using the same grifting formula that Kevin Samuels and Shira 7 uses. It's the same formula. It's a formula that is used by a sociopathic cult leader. I've broken this down to y'all over and over again, and I know I'm going to trigger the pick-me's, the Jezebels, the narcissists. They're going to come for me. I don't care. Let me tell you something. When I exposed Kevin Samuels when he was alive, and he sent all his male followers to attack me. So I had a bunch of grown men threatening me. So if I can get through that and handle all of that, listen, this is light work. In my video last year and the year before that, I said I felt that Princella was a narcissist, a sociopath, and she was definitely scamming her female audience. And I don't know how women just could not see it. Everybody's seeing it now. You know, I don't know who this other content creator, what's her name? Something Villain. I don't know what it's a white woman exposing Princella. I don't know much about her. I thought they were cool at first. I don't know the full story. Her and Princella were cool at first and doing lives together, and then I guess they turned on each other. So now the white woman is exposing Princella. But everything that the white woman is saying about Princella, I called it out already. Like over a year or two ago, I clocked Princella. That's why Princella does not ever come for me. Okay, because Princella knows that I know. She knows I see through the game. So like I said, Princella uses the same formula that Kevin Samuels uses. Shira 7 uses the same formula. And what is that toxic formula when it comes to social media and content creation and building a large platform so that you can be a cult leader with a huge cult-like following? Clock this. You have to mix truth with your own toxicity to build your audience and to grift them and scam them. So how did Princella do this? Well, Princella attracted women and built her audience up by saying truthful things about misogyny. She talked about the truths about how men don't like women, how men are useless. She, you know, I feel she steals content from others. That's what they do. They mirror, copy, and steal from smaller content creators to build up their own shit. That's called mirroring, by the way. But, you know, she spent a lot of game that was useful to women so that women could start avoiding toxic men. That's the truthful part of the advice that she gave and the things that came out of her mouth. However, she switched up her content. When Princella's audience was good and established, she started mixing in her toxicity once her audience was established. She started talking down to women. She would bash women who were victimized by men. For instance, Cassie, she said some derogatory things about Cassie. She said some derogatory things about Sandra Bland.
Yep.
Very misogynistic things, might I add. So when y'all understand what narcissism is, then you'll know that a female narcissist is also a very closeted misogynist. She's not a girl's girl. She is pro-man. She will help men to abuse women. And Princella has stated out of her own mouth that women are not smart. Women are dumb. She said this. So she took advantage of her female audience. Now she's switched over and she's being more manly, more masculine, like her appearance, her body language, her mannerisms. You know, when Princella was first on TikTok, I remember this, and I'm gonna tell y'all, when she first started her TikTok, like when she had under 500 followers, she had a missing tooth.
Yep.
She was more feminine. She wore makeup, more feminine type clothes, cleavage exposed. But as her audience grew and grew and grew, she started to become more masculine. She was switching right before y'all eyes. And the person that she's switching into is who she actually is. This is the toxic persona she's been hiding from her female audience all along. There are allegations of her being a predator, preying on younger women, taking advantage of their money, talking to them like trash. All this is coming out, all these allegations about her. She's just as abusive as the men that she teaches y'all to avoid. She is that toxic nigga. Do y'all understand? She done pimped the fuck out of her entire audience. Kevin Samuels did the same thing. Shira 7 did the same thing. Our president in office has done the same thing with his MAGA followers. He tricked all of them. He used everybody for their votes and then he flipped on everybody. He switched up. That's what sociopaths do. That's what Princella has done right before our eyes. I would encourage you ladies, my supporters, please start studying narcissism in the Black community. There's not much information there, but if you can just study narcissism and antisocial personality disorder so you can spot this behavior in the Black community amongst men and women, okay? The female narcissist is guilty of being a closeted misogynist. And Princella has made so much money already off of her gullible female audience. She done came out, now she can relax and be her true toxic self.
Yep.
Y'all done blew her up. But I really hope for the women that got caught up and are really good and just, you know, you were misled. It's not too late to cut Princella off. You want to follow a content creator who has stayed consistent with their content. A content creator who never strays away from her subject matter. Consistent with everything. I'm gonna rest my case. But I already told y'all what it was with Princella over a year ago, a year and a half ago. I clocked her behavior. Kevin Samuels, I don't know if y'all know this, when he first started, he made content to help women, but he didn't get a big response from it. So he changed up his whole appearance. He rebranded himself, fixed his hairline, fixed his teeth, started wearing business suits, and he started catering to men, and he built his audience up off of toxic men because he tried to help women and women rejected him. So he switched his content. Princella is doing the same thing. But we saw how Kevin Samuels ended up. Stop following behind these toxic cult leaders on social media. They're no good. And that's all I'm going to say.
So
Okay,
with the Kevin Samuels piece, Kevin Samuels is the one that put out that his content used to be to help women at first. And that's just a narrative that he created. Kevin was someone, if you've been around our platforms for a long time, you guys know this. When he first started coming around, before he was, you know, that person, he was someone that was in the chat room begging to come on and asking for a wrench and fanning out and stuff like that in my chat over people who would come up to the platform. And at that time, all of his content was more so, it wasn't toxic yet. Okay, all he was doing was trying to help men level up their clothes and how to dress. He didn't talk. He was very nice. He got, like, one of the very first times he got on my panel was to tell, literally, this is what he came up here to tell me. He said, you need to stop acting like you're not a celebrity. He said, you are on YouTube. He was like, you are definitely a celebrity. You just refuse to act like it. And he was trying to get me to have a conversation offline with him. But at that time, I wasn't even taking YouTube that serious, really. And, you know, he just wasn't that popular. What he did was start mirroring other toxic male creators. And there's a part of him that I know the guy took the videos down. And I don't know if I can find, I believe I have them recorded somewhere. But one thing that people don't know is that what Kevin Samuels used to say when he would go on to BGS's platform, and I heard it with my own ears, he claimed to have been a pimp at one time. Now, the reason why I don't say that publicly a lot is because I can't prove it, because the videos are down. And I don't know, y'all know I record everything. I just, at that time, I wasn't labeling the stuff. So I don't know, if I still have it, where to find it. And, but he literally was saying that. But he definitely grifted, mirrored other people, and did all that stuff. So, and one more thing, and I'll let you go, Elijah, so you can comment. I just wanted to say she was right about that missing tooth when she first came out and stuff like that, because that's the different girl right there. I mean, I'm just being petty. I'm being petty. All right. But, shout out to dentistry. Shout out to Team Manifest, the Gold Experience. I don't know if you're here in the clouds. She's one of the vibers that is going to be a dental hygienist. I'm just saying. So did you want to say anything?
Yes. I wouldn't. Now, I may be projecting. I may be projecting into the future, but I wouldn't be surprised if Princella starts having some surgical procedures that's more masculine, makes her more masculine too. I wouldn't be surprised, because that's what she's embodying. I mean, she's literally transforming into a man. Literally.
She definitely is. She definitely is.
I'm going to be surprised. Mm-hmm. And again, it just goes into what we've been talking about regarding authenticity, right? Yep. The importance of authenticity. Because a lot of times, and this is for anybody, and listen, Vibers, we've all seen it too with some of the other content creators. If as long as you're being authentic with yourself, you'll always have some content. You don't have to copy anybody, right? You don't have to copy anybody. But I've noticed that if people are feeling insecure, infamous, if people are feeling unsure about themselves, they tend to go ahead and they will pull from this person or that person, and they'll try to copy the content from other people and try to make it look like there's something else, right? Like there's something else. It tells me that I agree with everything the spiritual whistleblower has said. And I actually saw this because it showed up in my stream. It showed up in my stream, and I saw this too. And it just seems to me like anybody that tends to be in a glowing place, like if anybody seems to be like moving into a greater place of healing and wholeness, she has a problem with. Like she really has a problem with, but if you're hurting, if you're wounded, she like wants to do more to get you to that place of being wounded or hurt, and that all goes into feeding her audience. In a way, what she's trying to do is keep her audience hurt so she can keep her audience. Does that make sense? That's she definitely. And I'll say something too about her website, because Nyla, you brought something up about her failed relationships, right? And I get where you're coming from. But in her situation, I really think she needed some sort of professional training or something like that too, because she's just not. I firmly believe all she means to do is harm. She does not mean to help people feel like they're in a better place. She just wants to harm, because that's what grows her audience. It sounds, it's sick, it's disgusting, but the audience is drawn to her because they resonate with their pain. Their pain resonates with them, and so that's why they're drawn with her. The key, I think, is I will use you, Nyla, as a light example. I'll put it that way, a light example. When you speak about mammies, for example, you balance it out. So you may make some statements about how something is mammy behavior, but you also talk about how you can redirect that behavior so that you're being empowered and you're taking yourself back. You see what I'm coming from? She's not doing that. What she's doing is she's just trying to tear that person down. And as much as she can tear that person down, then that's what, and that's why even with B. Taylor, if you notice, she didn't say anything to her. And I maybe it's because of my profession, but I caught that she was trying to, anytime B. Taylor hinted at a penis, she disregarded it. She was like, no, I don't think so. You don't need a penis. Well, how she know what she need? You know what I'm saying? She don't know what she need. She knows what she wanted, and that was B. Taylor. So she was going to do anything she wanted to try to get to B. Taylor, get whatever she wanted that she felt like she could get from B. Taylor. And even with B. Taylor, she was trying to, isolate her from others. Oh, this my woman. B. Taylor didn't even know she was in a relationship with her, but she's claiming her out in public, which also points to insecurity, not knowing who you truly are. I think I said this on your platform before, and I will say it again. The better you know who you are, the better you know what you like, what you don't like, the better you know. People can't shift you like this, because you're not gonna be moved like this as much. You'll easily recognize when somebody's trying to manipulate you or gaslight you or try to tear you down, because you. And that's why she goes after younger women too. She goes after these younger women who are still in the process. We're all in the process of getting to know ourselves better, but you know yourself better when you're in your mid 30s, 40s and up than you do when you're in your 20s and your late teens, right? Because you've lived longer. So she's here reaching out to these younger women because she knows she can get what she wants, what she feels like she can get what she wants from them, So I would truly say that, you really kind of have to, when you're looking at somebody like Princella, you have to kind of look at the whole picture. You can't look at what they're saying. You have to kind of like what we did. We looked at her website. If there's no women on her website, now she gets testimonials from women, but if there's no, and you don't know, anybody could put a testimonial up. I'm not being funny, but it's true, So if you notice that there's not as many women on there, if you're noticing that her content is not balanced, because that's the key word, right? Like, how do you feel after you're around somebody after a while? Like, maybe the first time you might feel like crap, but maybe second or third time, maybe you need to leave them well enough alone. Maybe they're not for you because they're obviously getting something from you, whatever that might be that they feel they need, whether it be subscribers, maybe you giving something to them financially, whatever it is they feel like they need, or service, okay? Whatever it is they feel like they need, that's what she's getting from them, but you're not getting anything in return. It's not a relationship you want to stay connected with. So I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
I'm so sorry. I did not know that I was on mute. I absolutely hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I just realized I was on mute. Dr. Carissa said the combination of spiritual authority claims, young followers, and her, what's this, HX of pursuing much younger women creates an extremely high risk environment for absolutely the coaching. I agree 100% with that. It definitely does. Alrighty, I'm gonna actually, let's see. I was looking for, there was another situation where she literally groomed on, I think a lot of her live streams are grooming situations, but I just remembered there was one where it was really obvious and bad. I was looking for it, but I'm going to go ahead and play this one video too that that Flaw Villain put up, because it was another one. It's just, she just keeps getting exposed for her inconsistencies, and I love it.
She come out as a bisexual, lesbian, what have you, and black women are flocking to her, and she's telling women to get with other women. They ain't got no problem with that because Kevin's gay. Prostitute, right? Say what? She's a prostitute. You're kidding.
No, I'm a prostitute connoisseur, and we'll leave it at that.
Wow.
She sold pussy because she was good. She was down bad because of when she had her child, so she was selling pussy.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Wow. Women are 304, and they gravitate to that shit. That's what they gravitate to. So what we supposed to do? What is women's empowerment supposed to look like? What does women's empowerment supposed to look like? This was a part of women's empowerment to help them make better choices. Real good too.
Okay, let me pause it. I made a mistake in this little app. It's kind of hard to navigate sometimes. So that who said that she was a prostitute, that was Tommy Sotomayor. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So Princella and Tommy used to collaborate a lot. And I mean, not like an hour, 2 hour. They would do like 6 to 8, sometimes 10-hour lives together for long. So, I mean, if anybody knows, he might know. Really interesting stuff. So I think I think he's alluding to having bought some, the way it sounds to me. That's what it's given to me. Like he might have bought a piece or two. But yeah. I don't know.
He's a connoisseur. So
yes. He's a connoisseur of hoes, he says. Okay. Connoisseur of hoes.
Someone has no educational background to be saying all the shit that she's saying.
And you said, so you have a background and you said biology?
Yes.
Okay. And you have your degree in that?
Nope.
No degree. Have you ever worked in any fields with practicing in any biology or anything, or no?
No, just the labs at school. However,
just the labs at school.
Yeah,
okay.
my main focus is psychology. So, given psychology background mainly, I've been in sales, top sales.
She ain't got no psychology background, y'all.
So,
no.
On top of that, human behavior. So I've been analyzing that for about 25 years. So, no, I don't need a degree for that. I put in over 10,000 hours in each one of these subjects, so I think I'm pretty good to go.
Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to know exactly what you did, since you stated that you are a specialist in biology and psychology. I want to know if you had any degrees and stuff like that. Okay.
Claiming to have 25 years of experience, which would mean when she was 15. Her life experience, even in her 20s to her 30s, is showing us that she actually wasn't learning shit. Not only does she not have a background, which, okay, I get it. Me personally, too, I have more street smarts, but I also have educated myself on a lot of things. She doesn't even have street smarts because she was getting dog walked by men. Multiple abortions, getting robbed for $40,000, and then choosing to baby trap a 58-year-old man when she was 32. So if someone doesn't have book smarts or street smarts, what the fuck are they gonna teach you? Personally, I've never been dogged out of $40,000. I've also never been dogged out by a 58-year-old man. Because like I said in my other video, the only credentials that she has is that little certificate that she has jammed in the background of her TikTok lives. Because a narcissist like herself would absolutely have degrees plastered on the wall if she did have them. But her entire brand is a lie. What she teaches is to divide and conquer and create a cult. It was never about helping women, okay? She uses laws from the 48 Laws of Power, manipulation tactics from there, have a cult following follow her, and now she is grooming one of her clients that was 21 years old when she joined her program. If that's who you want to follow, go ahead. You can absolutely follow someone that doesn't even fully stand in what she believes in. That's okay with me. I could give 2 fucks. This is bigger than that. So,
and she is...
Okay, let me pause. So, what do we think about that?
So, I do think that there is how do I say this? I do think that hearing someone's story about how they have overcome a situation or a circumstance or a relationship or whatever, I think there's power to that. It empowers you. It's uplifting. It helps you. It makes you want to go to a better place. You know, when you hear someone's story, that helps. But she has not overcome anything. I wouldn't even call her a survivor. You know, she's not overcome anything. She doesn't have a story to tell. If anything, she's just spitting out her toxicity to others. So when somebody questions her, why not just say, this is my story and I don't have, you know what I mean? It's not a big, it helps people. Like there are some content creators that are out there and they're telling their story. And they'll say, listen, I'm not a this or that, but this is my story and I hope it helps you. And a lot of people, it resonates with a lot of people. She is so insecure. She is so narcissistic. And I'm going to say something about sexuality in a minute too, when it comes to narcissists. So if I don't say it, remind me about it, okay? So she is so insecure. She is so inauthentic. She can't even say, listen, I don't have a degree in this or that, or I don't have a this or that. I present myself this way because I've had these experiences, and she can't even say that. She just rather just really, if you notice, she was passive aggressive to the question. And all he was doing was asking a question, you know?
Very much. Very much. That's her MO. Now, don't forget about sexuality and narcissists.
So regarding sexuality and narcissists, it's not uncommon for narcissists, whether they be male or female, to be unsure about their sexuality because they are already unsure about their identity to begin with. It is not even about how she's approaching this or that. She's just so unsure of things. So when we're watching the transformation, I'm not surprised because she doesn't even know who she is.
Exactly. She really doesn't, because and speaking of which, here's a good marker for that. Let's see. Dr. Carissa said, being a therapist is not about giving advice or telling people about how you've overcome bullshit. Exactly. Right. And she's telling people that they don't need therapy, they need her. She's literally telling people not to get therapy. But speaking of not knowing who she is,
which is encouraging people to stay in their own wounded place.
Yeah. So I mean, because the more broken you are, the more broken you are, the more vulnerable you are to her and her tactics. So she doesn't need awakened, evolved, healed women to be around her, right? A Lady 747 says, I see P as the abused that chose to become an abuser. Absolutely. But sometimes I wonder now, you know, when I think about it, she did say in 2015, I have some screenshots of her talking about being abused by her mom. So that probably has something to do with, and she does have a lot of stories. I think she says she's been SA'd like 5 or 6 times or something like that. And I'll be perfectly honest, she's a pathological liar. I don't really believe that has happened to her that many times. But I think that she likes to traumatize people with stories to like kind of endear them to her so that there's a level of empathy, and so that she feels so that you feel like she's a survivor of sorts, you know, so that she becomes, you know, also the superhero because she's experienced it all. You know how she has this thing where she, you know, she's the queen of queens and all this kind of stuff, where she literally becomes the sacrificial lamb, Jesus in essence. You know how they say that Jesus became sin? Well, she becomes trauma. So no matter what has happened to you, it's happened to her too. If you've been abused, oh, she's been abused worse. If you've been SA'd, she's been SA'd worse. If you've been gotten for your money, she got for her. Every single thing that has happened to you, it's happened to her worse. Essentially, she is, the proverbial Jesus for her cult, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
So here's a few screenshots, right? And the reason why I like to bring up these screenshots is because it just shows the contradiction. And so I got to find the rest of them and put them all together. But in this screenshot, Princella is very, very open about how Black women, or women period, but she mostly used to talk about Black women. These are the only conditions of which a woman could ever be a lesbian, right? She says, you continue to try to dismiss the majority. There are only 4 reasons any female will become a homosexual. 1, SA by some older person, male or female. 2, unattractive to get a male, so she turns to females and pretends to be the male. Number 3, born with masculine energy that she mistakes as homosexuality. Masculine energy creates the tomboy in her youth. She's active, aggressive, and very dominant. Not homosexuality, but she turns it into that because she doesn't know herself and who she is as a woman. And I got to find number 4, which I'm sure I have, but that's even enough because she was not in agreement with this lifestyle. In fact, she considered it genocide to Black people. And even in these conditions, it sounds like a huge projection because she's the one that has had the SA, right?
Right.
She's the unattractive one that men were dogging. She's obviously born with masculine energy and a tomboy. And I'll find number 4, and I'm pretty sure that one applies to her, but I believe number 4 had something to do with mental illness. So,
and you know something, this is so insulting to the LGBTQIA community. It truly is. It truly is, because they're a lot more than that. What they embody is so much more than what she's presenting. So.
And here she says, she's arguing the point of being gay not being right in her eyes. She says, no, right is right and wrong is wrong. Homosexuality is not natural. It is not right, and it is against life and the first law of nature, which is 100% fact. There is no in between. Now, you guys have to remember, one of the things that makes her dangerous is that people trust her and believe in her words. Every single time she has made some sort of statement like this, it's always coming from, this is 100% facts. If you don't believe me, it's because you're unevolved. That she's always been like that. She's always spoken absolutes. She's always spoke like she had the truth that everybody else could not understand. So why do people trust her now, though? How do you trust someone who is, quote unquote, had the truth at least 10 times, but every time they've actually grifted to another truth?
And this also shows her flip-flopping, because she's had relationships with women. So what does that make her?
All those things. This one, she said, Princella, she says, I gave you 4 reasons any female, and see the capitalization, any female will be a homosexual. It will not be any other reason outside of those 4. So she determines what is right. She is literally the all-knowing at all times. Flaw Villain, hey girl, if you have time, click the link, girly. She says, girl, in that YouTube video from the recent video I posted, she goes in and multiple times, I do not support LGBT 2 years ago. Absolutely. Didn't she even say that she wasn't a lesbian? She's like tried to reclassify what she actually is, but now I think she's openly saying it. It's weird. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. Then we have this. No, LOL. I went to the females page. Oh, and so she was arguing with a woman about homosexuality, right? So she says, I went to the female's page and she wrote a heartfelt message about switching from homosexuality and becoming the woman that she should be. Get out of here. You can look at the before and after itself and shows she was trying to be a dude, and she said it herself. So even at around during this time, let me see, she's saying around the two. I got which video are we talking about? Is it the one where she was on a woman's perspective? I'll go check. I'll go check and grab that. But this is her arguing that a woman had actually came into the truth when she left homosexuality alone. Like, Princella is diabolical. Okay.
And this goes into like the whole, like, she is the police of ethics and morality and all these things, like spiritual abuse piece that I was mentioning before, you know, speaking with a rhythm and telling people what their morals and what their values should look like.
Yeah, she's always like, that is something that she's always done. She's always, you know, said Black people, you know, are savages, Black women, Black men, savage. She's always put herself at this moral high spot that was just crazy. Because in my opinion, she's never been a very moral person. You know what I mean? She it just, first of all, in a lot of ways, and of course, I don't, you know, condone what happened to her, the experiences that she had with her husband abusing her, right? But she preyed on that old man.
Right.
Okay, let me tell you how. Princella thinks that she's smarter than every fucking body breathing. And because she could not get guys, you know, that were her equal, you know, as far as age and all this kind of stuff, the easiest thing, I mean, we all know hoes. Okay. Hoes love to get an old ass man that don't have a lot of options, that's on the verge of ED, that would just love to have a young anything sitting up under him, that and we watch them run them, right? That's all she was doing. She was looking for the path of least resistance by getting with that old ass man, but she couldn't even conquer that nigga. So,
and I don't even really have a problem with her changing around her sexuality, because sexuality can be fluid, right? Because you're still learning who you are. I have a problem with her projecting to her audience what their sexuality should be. I have a problem with that, you know. So
yeah, for sure. I'm going to go to this one video that I think Flawed Villain is talking about. Because, baby, that was an entire mess. And there's another one that she did with them as well that needs to be shown. The one where she was going off about how she's the height of femininity and stuff like that. Let me see. Let me find it really quick. The Queen Maker. 1 second. It's so much with this woman, and it's sad because she didn't have to be positioned the way that she's positioned. People put her up there because they refused to pay attention to what she was doing and saying. Okay, they just refused. Let me see. Oh, cool. Flaw Villain is joining us. She's getting her devices connected. Let me see if that's done. She jumped. It looks like she might have jumped down. Okay, so we'll wait for her to come back, but I'm gonna go grab these videos. Okay. And I think she said around the 2 hour and 30-minute mark. So let me do that. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Girl, she was doing a lot. She was literally stripping at this point. On this at points in this video, it was crazy. So let me remove this and share this screen. Here we go. This was a mess, child. Okay, let me make us smaller so that we can see. All right. Looks like Flaw Villain click the link again. And you gotta connect you don't have to turn on the camera, but it makes you you do have to connect all your your mic and your camera for it to let you come on. So let's go ahead right here.
Understand the true nature of men.
Only men understand the true nature of men. That means you retarded because you motherfuckers.
Listen to how she talks to the women.
Like, I got an answer for everything.
Oh.
I got a goddamn answer for everything. Sister George, you know I got an answer for everything. Why y'all asking me these questions like I can't answer?
We want to hear the answer.
Look, goddammit, Iceberg Slim ain't no fucking woman. Iceberg Slim is not a goddamn woman.
So fucking done,
yo. Don't play with me. Hold on. Pimping Ken, where your ass go to? Pimping Ken, bring your ass out here. Okay, you taking a piss. Pimping Ken is taking a pee-pee somewhere. I don't know where he is. Okay, but let me tell you something. Pimping Ken is in here giving the game on women. So you hoe ass niggas ain't got no pussy, but you writing books on pussy and how to control pussy. You know why? Because all you got to do is observe, hoe. Nigga, all you got to do is observe. And the average woman ain't observed you hoe ass niggas. I have, though. Not only have I observed you for 25 motherfucking years, I have scientific research on you hoe ass niggas. So I want to tell women, this is the opposite of Iceberg goddamn Slim, right? Because if you can observe, bitch, so can I. I got eyes, nigga. I got a brain. Fuck you. What you talking about? What?
Do y'all see? Like, she is literally unhinged. Literally unhinged. What you got on it?
She is trying to control the conversation and trying to shift it so that people are focusing on her. It's not about the audience. It's not about what the message, whatever that message might be that you're trying to say. She's just making it about her. And that's what narcissists do.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's trying to, I think I mentioned before that narcissists have a tendency to try to suck the air out the room. And this is truly an example of that. She is sucking the air out of the room. And they're letting her because they probably don't know how to respond to her, or they are so they're so sucked into what she's saying. They're idolizing what she's saying, so they can't help but get sucked into what she's saying. Yes. And she's coming out very manly too. So it's kind of like, I dare you to counter me. I dare you to interrupt me. I dare you. Like it's that, no feminine energy. She's very, very, very low vibrational.
Very much so.
If there was a lowest bar for a low vibrational, she would be under that. She's very low vibrational. Yeah.
Very much.
What are you talking about?
Have you ever been in love with a man?
Hell no. Right?
You was married.
No, I didn't marry my husband based off on no love, right? I based it off of the same shit that a lot of women are basing off. Let's build the Black community. Marriage is not about love, it's about partnership. So I partnered with a person who I felt was somebody that I could work with to push the quote unquote Black agenda. Yeah, I filed for the divorce, right? But let me tell you, my child's father is not a deadbeat father, right? He takes her to get her hair done.
She has neither one of them have ever filed for divorce. Okay, I have never seen a divorce filing for this couple. If they did it, I'll look again because maybe since then she has, but it doesn't look like they're interested in a divorce to me. Flaw Villain says my iPhone isn't letting me connect. It's about to come up though. They ask her if she supports LGBTQ. Gotcha. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for that. Sometimes it's easier to join from the app. You can't start a stream with the app, but you can join it from the app. So you can, if you want, you can download the StreamYard app. And also, if you don't want the app, the only other way you can join from StreamYard is using Safari. You can't do Google Chrome from the phone.
Nyla, could she try to do it from my
picks
channel?
Her up.
What's that?
So I think I'm sharing this on my channel too. Could she maybe try to come in through my channel?
I think it's the she was able to join, but you have to, her devices weren't connected. So that means she's probably using one of those. Yeah, it let her into the backstage, but it didn't let her go all the way through.
Oh, okay.
Every day that he's off, he ain't no bad guy, but we are not compatible. And we had issues trying to be together, right? It ain't that he no bad dude, but shoot, the fact of the matter, compatibility comes into play. He's a great father to his child. And yeah, my child's father is 63 years old. You know why? Because I'm extremely mature for my age. I don't fuck with kids. That's why I say I'm not dealing with no woman under the age of 30.
But your girlfriend is 23, Muffin. But let's continue.
I'm not like
because
males.
You wouldn't submit?
Huh?
Was it because
you said something, Elisha?
No, I was just saying, here she goes sounding like Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't willing to submit?
No, because here's the thing. The fact of the matter is he had a whole agenda to come and change the essence of who I am. You're not coming into my life and changing and telling me what to do. Right? I had been doing social media long before he came into the picture. He said he was cool with that as soon as he got married. Now you want me to stop doing social media. We have you tell me you don't have no bills. Soon after I get married, I get an IRS bill for $6,000 in the motherfucking mail. Right? Males attach themselves to women for the sole purpose of using women to help themselves. Right? I bought my ex-husband. I put my credit is good. His credit wasn't that good. He got a whole $40,000 truck on my credit. Don't talk to me about shit when it comes to no motherfucking mail and trying to help a male. I've been there. I had a nigga take $40,000 from me and use a woman to help do it. You understand? So I know males in a way.
Let me stop because Taz just brought up an interesting point, and I almost forgot about this. Her husband likely did not want her on social media because she was sending naughty pics out to the point where he actually physically abused her because of it. So, you know what I mean? So maybe him saying get off of social media has something to do with him finding and everybody, floating her naughty pics around social media. That might have something to do with it. It might not necessarily, and I'm not no justification for him putting hands and feet on her, but for her to just say that he's telling her to get off social media, like, oh, I don't want you to have a Facebook account. I don't want you to do YouTube. I don't want you to do this and all this kind of stuff. No, it was the naughty pics more than likely because they were floating everywhere.
I'll add this too. It wouldn't surprise me because she embodies masculinity so much that when he approached her about that, she probably approached him like a man would approach a man. And I'm not saying it's okay, but I can understand why he responded that way. You know what I'm saying? Because if you approach somebody a certain type of way and you feel like you have to protect yourself or do whatever it is you got to do, then you're going to do whatever it is you have to do. So if you go, if you don't want to be treated like a man, maybe you shouldn't, you shouldn't come at somebody like a man. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not sure all of the logistics surrounding it, but the sad part about this is she got caught cheating while she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And she was pregnant when he did it. So, the time that I know about, I had heard about other times and she had spoke about it. but when she did go live to talk about it, she said something to the effect that she was in his face and that he was moving her out of his way, and that the bruises came from him trying to move her out of the way. So it could possibly, she might have ran up on him. You never know, because that's what she said. You know, that's what she said.
Okay. Well, hopefully I don't support at all anybody, putting hands and feet on, I don't support DV, domestic violence at all. But I can understand, I can understand why someone would respond that way. So, and I'm just basically looking at how she's talking with her Elijah Muhammad self. I'm just looking at how she's talking. I'm looking at how she's carrying herself. I'm looking at how she is literally trying to suck the air out of the room with these three women to try to get whatever information, so that they can't even respond or talk to her and have a real conversation with her. So I don't know if that happened or not. I'm not saying it did, but I can understand. So yes, Empress, she is gaslighting. Yep.
Average woman don't, because my mentor was a political activist at the age of 16 and he was in his 30s. I ain't never had no sexual interaction with him or nothing like that, but he still was a fucking male. And his whole agenda for using me, right, to help me, he definitely gave me some game that helped set the trajectory of my life to where I'm at now, to what I think, because he is the one that planted the seed in me to think.
Okay, so again, all of the women that are championing around this woman, she is completely male identified. The man planted the seed. So you guys are following her. If he planted the seed, then the fruit that she bear comes from a man. Like, stop.
He is the one that planted the seed for me to see that males ain't shit. It was him.
Your ex-husband?
No, my mentor when I was 16.
Your mentor, okay.
Right, who was a political activist. The majority of my friends have been male all my life. I have a wisdom on males that the average woman don't, because I've been a tomboy my entire life, and this is the path that the Creator put me on. I know males inside and out. I majored in cell and molecular biology.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a supporter of the LGBTQ community?
No. No.
Not even on the women's aspect?
No. Because that is a philosophy. Males are conquerors. Males, even in nature, there are some fish that will pose to be female just to trick the pods in the community and the male to think that it's female so it can get access and invade female spaces. The LGBT agenda ain't about gays or lesbians. It's about putting males in a position to evade or to invade women's spaces and to get access to women and to conquer women by allowing them to put on motherfucking cosmetics. See, this is why can't nobody fuck with me, because you can't put me in no damn category. No, I do not support the LGBT, because that's a whole political agenda to empower males to invade the spaces of women to conquer them, because that's the nature of a male.
And she got that line directly from yours truly. Okay, directly front, and that the only thing that she did was remove herself from the community. But literally everyone knows that I have been saying that for the longest, that the T girls were given the power through males to come into women's spaces and conquer, right? But now she's a member of that community. She's a member of that community now. Now she openly identifies as a lesbian. Now like, girl, if you don't stop it. But what's crazy is she just talked about how it's a political movement and all this kind of stuff, but we have her on video politicizing women being in relationships with women.
Mm-hmm.
Her movement is political. In fact, she made the statement about animals just a few seconds back or whatever, while she's telling women to follow animals that are the bonobos are lesbians. They only mate out of necessity, like Princella told the women to do. They and to what's so sad, I mean, in fact, it's another stream that she did over there. Actually, she ended up having a meltdown on this channel as well. Let me switch. But actually, I wanted y'all to see this woman and what she did on this stream, because it's insane how she, let me see if I can find it. She literally all but took off her clothes on this stream that we're looking at right now. Let me find it. Let me find that spot where she did it. I mean, I was outraged. She took off her clothes just about almost. I mean, she almost took off her clothes. Here she goes. Started playing with herself and everything. Here we go.
And is never the boss. They're located in China. What society is really artificial?
And baby, why did you stuff your bra? I'm just not noticing. Do y'all see she stuffed her bra?
Yes.
You see the stuffing coming out? Girl,
Wow.
Princella, the tissue is falling out your bra, Muffin.
Right.
The tissue is falling out her bra. Girl.
Look at the facial expression with the woman with the bun on the top of her head.
You
She's
see
like,
it?
are you serious? Right.
Are you serious? Like, why didn't that get called out? Hold on, let me see. Did she put? Oh, here it is. She put on a whole show. Hold on, let me see. Let me show y'all how the show even started. Hold on. I'll start by right here.
Out to Dane. See, he said, "Where's our drink, Sister George? The chat needs it, honey. If y'all ain't got y'all drink by now, I don't even know what to tell y'all. Cause I would say that I'm halfway, but I'm not. Cause I'm, y'all know I like to drink. Shout out to Will. He said,
"Hey now, Flawed Villain has joined the panel. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming up."
Okay, I think I got it.
Perfect.
Hello everyone.
Hey, girl. Did you see the tissue in the titty?
Yeah, this just gets crazier every fucking second.
Girl, what the hell? Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Either one of you guys can stop me at any time.
Says, you in a fake costume, hair, nails, eyelashes, take all that ish off and show the real you. I guarantee the conversation.
I cannot.
What?
Yes.
Rub your dick, nigga. Rub your motherfucking dick. And shut up talking to me. But I'm glad that you paid them to say that shit. I'm glad you paid them to say that shit.
I didn't even see this part.
Shout out to the activist.
You didn't see this?
There was just so much in this live. There was so
Oh,
much.
girl. This ain't even the bad one, though. This ain't even the bad one, girl. But like, yeah. Look, watch. Did you want to say something? You want to cook a bit before I play anymore?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You're
All
good.
right.
Yes. He said that was sexy. Ain't even gonna lie. And that was from like hours ago. But thank you so much to active activists. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins. He says Princella looks like a 52-year-old Romeo Miller.
All right, nigga. I know you want to stick this in Romeo Miller, right? Right? I know you want to stick it in Romeo Miller. That's right, I do. A 52-year-old Romeo nigga. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right?
Shout out to Sugar Bomb. Sugar Bomb, say preach. Thank you, Sugar Bomb, for that. Oh my
Wait, the rest of these niggas, come on. What else you got to say, nigga? Come on.
The kid, you. He says she sounds like a red pillar, just more for women. Thank you so much, Vic the Kid. We appreciate that.
She really does, like understanding the nature of men, though.
Shout out to Eugene Steele. He says, Princella, do you read the Bible?
I done read the Bible. That's the reason why I don't believe in that shit. Because I got sense.
Shout out to BGS Ibmore. He says $2 holla LOL. This shit sells itself. Amen to that.
So yeah, wait a minute, not her pulling out the oil, but like the tissue about to fall out the bottom of the bra right here. Okay. She broke out the fucking oil. But no, this hoe be sitting up here acting like she don't vie for the attention of men. You cannot get ran through. You cannot know 41 different type of men, right? Without being a hoe. You can't. And then like, and how you gonna hoe shame as you actively whore?
Yeah, that's the whole hypocrisy of it. Like you can, she could have built a whole brand on being a 304, a hoe. You know, that could have been her thing. But instead, she's just shaming women because she's ashamed of herself.
Yep. She is. She definitely is. Dr. Carissa says she's been doing that. I prefer when she had the six pack. So I didn't know she was doing this. Like I know she went and got lipo. When she, because I was watching your live last night, Flawed Villain. And well, I guess it was this morning actually, and you had showed where the Saint and the Sinner had showed the side by side of where you had the big old gut or whatever. She got lipo. They told on her, which I'm not anti. Look, do what you got to do, because honey, if I can't get my thighs to get smaller, I will be going to get them sucked out someplace. But yeah, she.
It's just the fact that she also shames women for that shit.
Yeah, she does. She does. She shames them, and they take it. They take it. That's like, I'm like, why are these women? Maybe you could tell us the psychology behind that too, Elisha. Why are they accepting this? But let me see what she's gonna do with this Earl, honey.
So this is all part of her shock value too, because a lot of times it's shock and awe, right? Even with the current, I'm not going to get political, but with the current administration, right? A lot of that in the beginning was shock and awe, right? It's to distract. They were having a conversation and she's making it about her. So if she's being asked questions that are challenging her, what is she going to run to? She's going to be rubbing up and everything on her body, about to pour oil like she P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, I forgot all about Diddy and the oil. I completely forgot that is definitely that's a Diddyism. Take that.
It does. I promise you it does. Shout out to Dane C. He says men are genetically stronger, faster, higher endurance than women. That design kept early families, women from being eaten by prehistoric animals.
And guess what? We ain't around no prehistoric animals, so your strength is used for slavery. Slave, nigga, get out there and cut some grass, get out there and move a couple bricks, and get out there and do what them white men tell you to do, goddammit. Go play football and get a concussion, nigga.
Yeah, I would not have let her sit up there and make a mockery of the interview. Now, like if we're just on some demon time, I'll let a fool rock, but I wouldn't let her do this. No way. No way, because she wouldn't allow you to do this on her platform. So she's just gonna sit up here. You're a guest. Why are you reading the super chats? What, like, be a guest, like, and mind the tissue that is falling out of your boobs.
What you're supposed to do? Be entertainment.
Shout out to Black Wizard. He says if the laws are made because men can't govern themselves, aren't laws part of the patriarchy too? And if that's the case, what about natural laws like gravity, inertia, and dualistic laws of give and take? Aren't those our natural too?
And males don't give, they take, right? That's what males do. They take. That's why the planet is being raped right now.
Says a woman that charges $75 a month for a book club. Like, you want to talk about taking?
She's just looking for attention and validation because she didn't get enough when she was a child.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Because it's being run by men, right? That's what it is. And in nature,
and I'm going to say this too, because Dr. Pat actually made a really good comment about this, and so I'm going to
where's Dr. Pat?
Reinforce or affirm what she said earlier in the chat. This is why it is so important to pay attention to your content creators and kind of like watch and see what they're doing. Don't just take them Like Dr. Umar, for example. Dr. Umar, Dr. Umar is he could be another show. Dr. Umar is just, he's just full of it, right? It's clear that Princella is full of it. But we can't just take what somebody says. You kind of have to measure what they're saying and look at the whole picture of what they're saying. Don't just get caught up in the rhythm of what they're saying, because that's all part of the manipulation and the gaslighting, the way to kind of draw you in. Pay attention to all of it, because the key word, if you don't take anything from this, balance. Like, try to balance it out. Even with, most of us here are vibers. I'm part of the Viber community too. Even with Nyla, a lot of times Nyla will balance what she says, and she tries. I hope it's okay to say this, Nyla. I'm giving you your flowers. She tries to balance it out, because it's real easy to go on one side of something. But if you try to balance out your content, or try to measure it out so that people are getting what they need, that's a real key way to kind of know if that person is for you. Because a lot of times, especially with narcissism and a lot of the personality disorders in general, they're getting what they feel like they want from you. Like, they want the subs, or they want the followers, or they want this, or they want the financial gain, and they don't care how it affects you. Yes, analytical one. She is an energy harvester. They don't care how they don't care how it affects you. They only want what they want for themselves. And in general, like, we are kind of like that in a way, but they take it to like the 500%. They take it to an extreme that is beyond, and we're thinking, because I'm looking at these other two women on here, and they look confused. I have to say, they look confused. So I would even say around that, look, they're probably trying to figure out, how can I get this back?
Girl, they're not confused. They do shows where men have done much worse. They're actually women that are in the Manosphere.
Okay. Well, see, y'all can tell this is not my world. So
yeah.
What I'll say to that is that, to me, which is also sick to me. That's also a sickness to me, that they're feeding that, and it's causing more harm than good. Yes, Scar Beauty, they will mammy. They are truly the mammies. So what I'll say to all of that is, just make sure that when you're following your content creators and you're looking for someone that resonates with you, make sure you're paying attention to the whole aspect of what they are talking about. And if it is a pattern of you feeling worse, or you feeling degraded, and I hate to mention her, but I will mention her. I think IS is a great example of somebody, and yes, I am saying it, not to follow, because she's somebody, like, she will make you feel guilty if you can't, or try to make you feel guilty, or try to make you feel like something is wrong with her if you don't give to her paying her bills. That's absolutely crazy. So I'm just saying, overall, you just, if you get anything from Princella, pay strong attention to how the content creators are moving. Pay attention to how they're communicating and things of that nature, and what they're saying and what's going on around them, because she's stripping on this live because she's trying to get the attention. It has distracted from what they were talking about. I don't even think they know what they are talking about at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are over 40 species where the female kills the male during or after sex, right? And the bees kick your ass out the goddamn hive. That's why y'all don't like Mother Nature, because when you really study it, Mother Nature don't support y'all ass. That's why you got to control it, right? That's why you sitting up here turning your eyes away from the computer, because you know your motherfucking dick getting hard, and you ain't got the brain wiring to control what the fuck is happening in your pants. I understand. Don't get mad at me. Yeah, I know they would have stoned my ass back there in the witch hunt days. I'm a witch hunt, right? Pay super chats to say what you gonna say, nigga. Pay the super chats to say what you gonna say. I don't care. Come on, keep reading them, y'all. Go on, keep reading them.
I can breathe.
All right, Flaw Villain, what say you?
This is just fucking crazy. I don't know. It's just the hypocrisy for me that she's doing this on fucking live.
And she's a mom.
Yeah, she's a mom. She went on like I don't know which podcast that was, but it's with like a bunch of OF girls, talking down to them. Part of the whole manosphere. So it's just fucking crazy to me to see her acting like a hoe online like this for free, by the way, because she's not getting paid.
Yeah, she ain't, but she's not acting either, Muffin. She not acting.
Yeah,
it's not an act. She hoeing.
Yeah, for free. She's doing it for attention. But I mean, like, I understand rage baiting online. I totally understand the entire concept. I used to think that that's what she was just doing, but it kind of like crosses a line when you are actually doing some weirdo shit and you're manipulating your audience. That's when it gets kind of weird. Like, there's rage baiting, but then there's also manipulation and abuse. Like
that's a good point. That is a good point, because I look, if I want to, I can look. I spent 2 years rage baiting. Real, like trying to get the point out about the dangers of femicide. So there is a way that you can, I guess, like you would say, rage bait, if there's a point, but her point is, look at me. Look at me. I'm the goddess. I'm best. I'm smarter. And it's to literally invalidate everyone else.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Grinch. He said $5 words and loose change. Logic. Thank you so much for that, Grinch. Shout out to you again. He says prejudice, racial hatred, pseudoscience, victimhood, no accountability, nudity, typical.
That's right, nudity, baby. That's right. You wanted to see that. Come on.
Well, actually, he didn't. He's made his preference clear. He finally got yanked out of the closet, so he don't want to see a girl.
We're the Democrats that stand on it without excuses. Thank you so much for that, Grinch.
So I think I had enough of her Peep show, but there's another. I was trying to find the minute mark on this one. Flawed, you're gonna want to go through this video too.
Oh damn! Here we go. It's just never ending.
It's never ending. It's just like you just never know what this motherfucker gonna say. You just never do. But I blame them, because they were putting her on. Do you know how many she did not care what size channel. She went on people that had 200 subscribers or 2 million. She did not. She was literally on some guerrilla marketing stuff in like 2 and 3 years ago, to the point where as soon as we would end lives, people would be in the comment section. Did you hear about Princella the Queenmaker? You and this is from Spiritual Whistleblower on down. Every BWE content creator that I knew had someone in their comment section talking about Princella. And you could tell that it was her people, because they would not address the topic. It was just literally marketing and advertising for her everywhere she went. It was crazy. It was crazy.
You don't qualify. They called to get abused. People who are abused by people have something called Stockholm syndrome, where they show empathy and some type of emotion towards the abuser, right? So,
you mean like what's going on with Jasmine?
Right.
Oh, okay. Tell us more, girl.
There is no difference with women wanting that from men and Black people as a whole wanting that from people like Jane Elliott, which is the reason why Jane Elliott was able to make so much money, because niggas just want validation from white folks. They're finally getting it. Somebody understands us. No, the fuck they don't. They playing you. And men knew Derek Jackson was playing women. They knew that, which is
most of us women knew that. She probably didn't know it, but Derek Jackson blocked me in 2016. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, some of us knew Derek Jackson was full of shit. This is what works my nerves with her too. All this goddamn projection that everyone else is dumb except for her. Like, didn't y'all see through Derek Jackson?
Yes.
Sitting up in the car with that size medium shirt on, looking like fucking Dino, a chocolate Dino, saying every single thing. Yeah, like everybody could tell that he was on that. Hey, say Jay. Like, girl, hush.
That's why they collectively called him a simp and was so happy when it came out in the open that he was just as degenerate as they said he would.
Like you are. Well, let's get to where she melted down.
Do you notice that she's not really giving any information, or she's not really sharing anything? She's just talking about other people and degrading them and making herself more important than everybody else.
That's literally one of her methods. I do have a theory, because a lot of people talk about how her content has changed, especially within the last couple of years. Now, without saying it, because of YouTube stuff, there were, and myself was one of them, there were definitely 2 content creators that she was biting hard. Once them content creators were not as prevalent, her content changed. The scholarship behind it changed, because the difference was we would pull out the statistics, we would pull out the history. Taz would go and find something to validate a lot of the stuff that we were saying, and we would see her literally take everything that we had worked on and laid out and just start spitting. She couldn't spit anymore because she didn't have anything. She is not a person that goes out and all this, I study and I do research bullshit. You're lazy. You're lazy. Exactly, Scarred. Once everybody was gone, she had nobody to bite from. So she had to actually revert to what her actual self was, right? Because it's easy, and it's because the women are not sincere. It's really easy to come into women's empowerment. All you got to do is speak the language, right? Mm-hmm. What does she come in and do? Dusties, this, decenter men, do this. These men are getting over, oh my God, Black femicide. All she had to do was literally speak the language. That's it. And everybody would come, oh, there's this other lady and she's saying such and such. Oh, well, yeah, of course she's saying it because everybody else is, But now she's gone deeper and deeper into this pseudoscience. And I do believe it's because she doesn't have many women to pull from. I don't think she does anymore. Empress Kaya says, I was in her live when the author of the books on bonobos cultures told her that she was misrepresenting. Oh, for real, girl, shut up. Where's that live? Oh, I think Taz may have that documented. The author of the book said she was misrepresenting her work and questioned her motive. She got off the panel and I called her out. I got blocked. I did not know that happened. So this is the video where she was going hard in the paint about bonobos as well. Anybody want to say anything before I move forward?
I'm ready to see what the hell she's about to say.
Yeah, okay, girl. Let's get it.
Understood the laws of nature. If you understood
they're only a utility.
Oh, baby, I remember this part. Let me rewind a little bit. I remember. You talk about pseudoscience. We'll start about right here.
They have to use them and drain them. They have to use them for sex. They have to use them to do.
So why aren't all women slaves?
Oh my God. They
great question.
In too many different areas, right? They are in too many different areas, which is the reason why there is a major push or fight against women gaining their independence. The mere fact that women had to be put in a system to keep them from being independent of men puts them in a position of slavery. To indoctrinate women to think that they need men and to rely on men and to help men. Women are doing everything and men are taking the credit for women's fucking work, right?
You can tell
and it's written in all of these books. It's written in Think and Grow Rich how men have used women to further their goddamn shit. How women do all the goddamn work. It's written right in here in the white man's book. So here's the thing.
That's not even what that book's about.
I was getting ready to say, what is she? Is this a? I was trying to see, is it the same one that I read? Because like, what is she talking about?
Right.
And a white man didn't write that book.
There is one Think and Grow Rich book, and that's not even what the message is in that book.
Right. Like, so, and that's another display of her thinking everybody's stupid. You know what I mean? She says shit like that and speaks in absolutes because she thinks that, especially she thinks black people are dumb. She like, that's why we're her target audience, because she thinks that she's smarter than all of us.
Yep, she talks about that often.
Mm-hmm.
These white men take credit for black folks shit right in front of your eyes. If they can take credit for a whole racist creation, you don't think that they would take credit for women's shit and put their name on it? That's
That's not what I said or indicated at all. I actually agree with that. I agree with that point.
So you're not listening because all of this shit is connected. It's all connected. Y'all think this shit is isolated. It all goes hand in hand.
Psychosis. Okay. First of all, don't trust nobody with color context. They crazy. But let's go.
That's slavery, for a person to put you underneath them and suck your resources and put their damn name on it. The men cannot completely eliminate women because men need women for their very survival. And if y'all really watched my channel and how I break this down psychologically, going into the male's mind and showing you from birth, from conception to his grave, how dependent, how codependent they are on women. Everything a woman does affects a man. They cannot just eliminate women and just kill them all. They have to have these high-level people, which y'all clearly do not understand.
We don't understand. Tell us, girl.
People who master the occult, they understand how to use the masculine and feminine energy to get what they want, but they can't completely kill it. They can't completely kill it.
So let me ask you this. Women contain masculine and feminine energy, and you said that at the beginning of the show, right?
Yeah, everybody does.
Okay. You're teaching women how to be in power and in control of their lives.
Of self. Yes.
Of self.
Yes, because that's what everybody should be doing.
Being in control of self.
Yeah.
And they would have to take responsibility for everything that happens around them and to them.
Yes, which is what we do. And here's the thing. In order to do that, because she's talking about root cause analysis. When you look at a problem, you don't just look at it from one angle. You got to look at it from all angles. And guess what? The male is a part of the problem.
What do you think? What do you think? Well, I want to know this from you. What do you think men's position in society should be?
We agree with that, though.
The same as this goddamn thing. The same as this.
What is that guy? That's a phone call.
No, it has everything to do with it, because if you understood the laws of nature, if you understood
they're only a utility.
It's all the same. Gender works the same on the physical, mental, and spiritual plane. If y'all understood this, it would be common sense.
Does she not sound like a Baptist preacher?
Exactly.
And the condescending tone, as well as the insulting. The condescending tone, as well as the insulting.
Yeah, and like the yelling, I can't do that.
A lot of times when someone is in a space of feeling like they're not being heard, or they're feeling insecure, or they're not feeling like their message is, if they're not firm in their message or their brand, what do? They tend to raise their voice, somehow thinking like, if I speak nonsensical, if I raise my voice louder, you'll get what nonsensical is. And if you notice, she's not trying to have a conversation with them. She is actually trying to overtalk them, overpower them. And anytime they make a statement, she's saying, well, you're just too dumb to get it.
Yeah, that's her MO. If you don't agree with her, it's because you don't get it and you're dumb. That's her running thing.
Yes, just talking at them and to them. And it's their channel. It's their channel.
Right.
I wanted to
knows
say,
everything.
I also heard that, like, for most people commenting on my post, that she doesn't let her book club even read the book. She reads it to them.
Yep. That's what I heard too. That's what I heard too. So again, they pay $75 a month so that she can interpret the book because you're too dumb to do it. Not you per se, but you know what I mean?
Right.
Like anybody else is too dumb.
The same shit that happened, in religion, where they didn't want people reading the Bibles. They
Yep.
were the master interpreters.
Yep. Absolutely. And still to this day, you can't, still to this day, it's still like that a lot of times.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't get what it said. Let me read it to you again and tell you what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Feminine is the subconscious mind. The feminine is the doggone. The feminine is the motherboard.
Control
the
from
computer
a spiritual,
cannot operate without
emotional, and physical level, and financial level. She wants full control. She's trying to form a cult like Nature Boy. That's what she's trying to do.
She has done it. She's done it. Oh
yeah, they're brainwashed. They're gone. They're gonna need extensive therapy after this.
So I saw you did I don't remember if it was on your video or someone else's, but I was reading the comments. I might have been on one of your videos. It was your video where you had showed that screenshot of her basically being anti-LGBTQ. And the person, instead of taking that in and trying to process that, it's like, I don't see it. I don't care. That's literally what their response was.
Yes.
And I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. No, there was several, and I was like, you guys are lost in the sauce. There was even one comment saying that's because of her internalized homophobia. I'm like, bro. This is crazy. This is literally crazy.
Wow.
Programming the motherboard. Okay? It's apple cider vinegar with the mother. Okay? The woman is the subconscious mind. Okay? Because the subconscious mind in your brain, in your mind, is that place that controls your reality. It's what you program that creates your reality. The subconscious mind is the feminine mind. So the collective unconscious is the damn feminine. You cannot program a power cord. You cannot program the male. The male is not the programmable one. It
role in society be.
See, this is the ridiculous part about her is when I was on the live with her, I brought up nurture nature, and then she immediately tried to shut down. She was like, no. This is all about nature. This is biology. This is who men are. And I was like, no, the programming in society is strong, and it's been strong for thousands of years. So anyone can be programmed any day of the week. Anyone can be manipulated any day of the week. Her forming her cult is proof of that because people didn't follow her, and then all of a sudden they are following her. Everyone can be programmed. So it's nurture. It's not just nature.
You know what I didn't like? I didn't get a chance to see that whole live with you and her. I ended up falling asleep trying to watch it and kind of like get the gist of what happened. I did not like the way she started off as soon as you got up there. Oh, I don't know you. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, no, she watched my shit.
Yeah, there's no way that you would have 300,000 followers in a space that she's in and she not know who you are. It's not even possible the way that TikTok algorithm works. And
yeah, she's a liar. Big
liar. But she just kept trying to diminish who you were or your relevance. And then she said something, I don't know what's going on. I just pop up and, these people start talking about decentering men and y'all start talking about them. Girl, you just popped up 3 years ago talking about decentering men.
Right.
Like, stop it.
I mean, yeah, in one of her recent videos, she made a video about the T app, and she's literally showing a screen recording of all these videos she has saved. So she watches content. She's a liar.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Trying to say she doesn't watch content. She doesn't watch people. Absolutely, she does.
She does. We know she does, girl. We know.
She watches content because she steals the content.
Exactly. Because she's not creative on her own. She's just not.
The same here. You are support. You are a support.
Okay.
helpmeet. The true helpmeet is the male.
So men are the helpmeet. Instead of women.
Right. So
and men are the men.
Women looking stupid, running around here talking about submitting to a damn power cord. This is what y'all look like. Oh, it's equal. No, the fuck it ain't. Women need to be told the truth about who they are so that they can make better decisions. The phone should not be listening to the goddamn power cord. So when you listen to Jordan Peterson lets you know that 85% of men are disagreeable. You can't teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. The truth
that quote has nothing to do with that. That quote has nothing to do with that.
I mean, it's just like, and look at Sister George's face. She's like, what? She's like, what?
Right.
Huh, bitch? That's how she's.
That quote is about human beings. It's not just men. It's man. My goodness.
Hey, Dana. I just see Dana down there.
Have been the same since they got here, and they have not evolved. So, trying to talk to men
haven't evolved?
No, they haven't. And studies show that.
Studies show that, but yet she don't know anything. Go ahead.
But wait a minute. How is it that none of these men have evolved, but you're literally pulling their books off your shelf, off the shelf? You know, she's like, and didn't she just say that the man planted the seed in her for the trajectory, that a man mentored her? Like, what is she talking about?
Let's not forget the website where she's taking pictures with all men. Oh, go ahead.
Only men. That's crazy.
Go back and forth with people who are hell bent on seeing things the way they want to see them. I do not talk to men. I do not try to.
Look at Sister George's face now. This host said, I don't talk to men. Girl, you only talk to men. What is she talking about?
She's looking at her like, you were just on a podcast.
Right. Didn't I just see you a Charleston White House? That's what she, like, girl.
Save men, and I do not try to help men. I'm changing women's minds. Who I'm talking to is the woman. That's the reason why all marketing campaigns are targeted towards the woman. Men are disagreeable, and they'll tell you that they're disagreeable. And I'm just showing you a physical reason why they ass are disagreeable, because males are electricity. They're not the fucking motherboards.
What about when you have male guests? Is that just to highlight what you've been?
Yeah. Pretty much, because males come and invite themselves on my show. I don't invite men on my show.
So that's why when you know somebody is talking like she's talking, you just give them enough space and they gonna hang themselves.
Yeah.
Because she basically just everything she said earlier, she basically threw in the trash.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. This is, I mean, Concrete Rose ran right in really quickly. Like, so when you have men on your show, because like, we know you talk to men. Stop it.
Well, the live that I was watching earlier this morning with the Saints, within the first 10 minutes, what he's actually doing, he's catching her in that lie of that same like concept of her saying, I didn't ask to come here, but then she finally gets the answer of, yes, I did ask to come to your show. Because he was trying to make the point. Yeah, he was trying to make the point, like, so you didn't ask to come here, and then she's like, well, the audience kept asking me, and then and then I decided to ask you to come on the show, but she kept like going around it.
Wow.
And he was just making the point that she's lying about the fact that she asked to be on his fucking show.
So I don't know if you knew this part, Flaw Bill, and I don't know if you knew this, Elijah, either. Do y'all know that her followers all, like, I want to say, like, I would say about maybe 70%. Someone in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. 70 to 80% of them all changed their profile pictures to her avatar.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yep. They had to be identified. So just think about it. You changed the profile picture on your fucking Google account. to identify with her. That's not a cult.
Absolutely, that's a cult. Taking away your entire identity to become just her.
So if you rest in, you eventually evolve and become. So if you rest in trying to bring more peace and joy in your life, that's what you emanate. If you rest in turmoil, then that's what you're going to give out and emanate. If you rest in this right here, then that's what you're going to emanate. So that does not surprise me, because if that's all you're eating, that's eventually what you're going to reflect.
Yep, I agree.
Contribute. Ken Billions is a regular on my show. I respect Ken because Ken got some sense to actually study and control his male nature and actually have higher level information to talk about. So I invite Ken.
But you disavowed him for talking to Taz, remember?
She also said she doesn't talk to men.
Right.
He also said everybody's stupid, but he has higher level information.
Right. So Ken actually, because look, I did not know, and like I said, I found out yesterday just how bad, but I should have instinctively known, because no one knew that much information. I did not know how shooketh she was when Taz was getting at her ass, right? And so him and Ken ended up having a conversation or whatever, and Ken kind of revealed, because he was like, look, my wife wouldn't be sitting under this, under her, worshiping her and saying this, it's a certain type of, he basically was calling her followers dumb, and revealing that, a lot of the information that she was sharing was coming from him, right? And that kind of exposed her. So she was mad as hell. And this was like one of the guys that she quote unquote approved of, because you can only, be cool with the guy that she approved of. Did you know about the Ark flaw villain? Did you know about the Ark?
No.
Oh, baby, I got to show you the clip. I'm going to send it to you. Oh, yeah, the Ark. Yeah, she had deemed one of the guys that was in the space. She was actually just using him because he had, women come to his platform or whatever, and she was using him as, her male muse or whatever. And she said that, they were going to buy land and he was going to be able to come over to be with them, and that he would be one of the males that they would deem okay to mate with.
Absolutely insane.
So yeah, no, for real. No, the Ark is a real concept. I have to send it to you. What do you think about that, Elijah?
I think it's all so that she can get people to do whatever it is she wants to do, in order so she can get whatever she feels like she can get, so that and despite how it affects other people, she does not care about other people. She only wants what she wants. She is a narcissist. And I don't use that word lightly, but she is a narcissist. She sucks all the air from the room, and she does not care who she hurts. A matter of fact, she encourages her audience is drawn to her because of their own hurts.
Yeah.
And then she presses in and hurts them more.
And even this title to this, like, because I just need people to understand the varying degrees of content theft. Black male worship as a concept. Okay, that was the conversation that me and Sin were having way before she came over. We were talking about black men. That wasn't even a thing. Okay, so for her to be having an interview with black male worship is what's keeping black women at the bottom. That is also indicative of her, like, basically strong arming the conversation, like she did the decentering men conversation, where she makes people think that these are concepts that she came up with and all this kind of. That was not something that she was talking about. That's something that she kind of commandeered in a lot of ways, as like she did the decentering men. And I'm glad that you showed that came from somewhere else and who the originator of that concept was.
And because of her own, because of her lack of having a true identity, she can't really present anything that's authentic, because she's not authentic. She is you know, she's a charlatan. She's somebody that no matter what space she goes in, she'll camouflage herself to fit in instead of having an effective brand for who she is as a person. So she can't help but present all this toxicity and all these negative things. She can't help but do that because that's all she knows. She doesn't know enough about herself to present. So instead of actually being authentic and being truthful to herself, what she'll do is she'll go ahead and she will present herself a certain type of way. And if you challenge her, she will raise her voice. If you challenge her, she'll project it to look like something else. If you challenge her, or you're not even challenging her, you might just be asking for clarity. But if she views it as an attack, she's just going to go ahead and go in on something else to try to make you forget what you even asked the question about.
Right.
And try to put you on the defensive.
Yeah, and pretty much that's what she does. She is what my friend calls an empty vessel.
France DeWall, which is a primatologist. I invited Previn Carrion. I invite these men, but the other men that you have seen on my show invite themselves. Why do they invite themselves? Because they want me to hear what they got to say. They come in there saying, I can challenge you and challenge your points with logic. Then when they get there, they talk some emotional shit, but we this, and women supposed to do that. I don't want to hear that because I'm not going to your spaces. I do not go to men's spaces. This right here is a majority male audience.
She goes to men's spaces.
I'm in a space where I'm talking.
She stays in men's spaces.
Amongst a bunch of disagreeable
this is
males
gaslighting.
who
You know,
don't
these
even
women know
listen
exactly.
to women
They have seen it with their own eyes, and she's like, no, that's not what happened. That's just gaslighting.
You're right. That is gaslighting, isn't it? Because they all know. Yep, we all seen it. Crazy. And she, in fact, look at her looking like a goddamn lunatic.
Mm-hmm. Less women are catering to them. Because let me tell you something. To show you that's the truth. When I was pro-black, 90% of my audience was black males, men. Mm-hmm. When I started talking to this, them demographics shifted real quick. My audience is 95% women. So in order for you to have a majority male demographic, you have to be tilting your message to them because they are not going to listen to something that puts their ego on Front Street. They're not going to listen to a woman talk truth because it sounds like she hate their ass. So ain't no way that
you'll be surprised.
No, because
we speak truth all the time to them and they don't like it. They disagree, but they come back, they listen, they support. Like, we're tactful in our approach.
You know why? Because you two are married and you tilt your message to men, whether you see that or not. Because I read y'all's comments, I hear y'all's rebuttals to me. Y'all tilt y'all's message more into the favor of men, and it's not really holding them accountable the way they need, because men are not going to sit here and listen to no woman tell them you doing fucked up shit. They're not going to listen to that. They're not going to listen to that.
Let me find the bonobo conversation. I think it's towards the end because that's quite interesting. Let's see. I think this might be the stream where her and Sister George end up getting into it, I think. Hang on one second.
You can see it's about to happen because you see her facial expressions and everything.
Uh-huh.
Her body language. She's like, this woman is full of it.
Mm-hmm.
Male scientists lied about who was actually hunters. Yeah, you didn't hear that? 50% of women was hunters. 50%.
Okay. This, I think, is where she starts to bastardize femininity. Let me go back a little bit.
was running off with another guy, he'll do anything. He'll drink her bath water. He'll worship her. He gonna pay her bills.
You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. You didn't let me
She's
finish.
been talking for like 10 minutes.
Only write love songs.
Yeah, she don't let nobody talk. She don't. You can. That's the thing. And when she would be on other people's platforms, if anyone came to challenge her, like, or if she thought that someone was coming to challenge, she would tell them, "I'm not. You got to clear the panel off." She could. No one could be up there but her, because she didn't want to be challenged. Like she's a mess.
Yeah, the live I did with her that was like almost 3 hours. If you just click through it, at any point, it's just her yapping.
Oh, for sure. That's why I fell asleep. That's exactly why I fell asleep. Mm-hmm.
After he done fucked up so bad and dogged her, and she leaves, and he wants to get her back, or when he wants to have sex. And when he wants to get her back, it's all about the shit that she did for him. It's all about the love and all of the sacrifices that she did for him. Listen to the words of Can You Help Me by Usher. Girl, I put your love up on the shelf, and I guess I just left it to that.
This scholarly, is this some scholarly receipt in Usher song? I'm just asking.
Are we not together? Because I hurt you too many times, so now you're not around. I wish for every moment of time that we wasted, I used it to make sweet love. So, baby, be my guide. Please take my hand. Help me understand why you want to leave. Now I know I abused you, but why you want to leave? Don't leave. Don't leave me, girl. Because if you take your love away from me, I'm honestly, brothers, you know, you gave me the best years of your life. You made all these sacrifices. So now I'm gonna give you some tears. I can't hold back these tears after you done gave me and I didn't put you through.
The molecular cell biologist, mind you.
Right. Look, but look at Sister George's face. It's her it's like her expressions are like, girl, what? Let me find it, but no more talk. I like when they get into it, it was so good. Hang on. It might be right here.
You need to stop living with them. Stop giving them the time of day because they are not responsible. Men are not responsible for shit. Okay.
And what I want you to understand, about us and about our platform. Finally, Concrete spoke about it earlier about the things that we've gone through with having our platform.
That's her baby coming into frame, and this isn't the first time during the stream. Now, mind you, she's been live 2 hours now, right? She's live on her side like 6 to 8 hours because she'll just sit there for hours and gyrate and shit like this. The little girl, she rushes off a lot of times. There are multiple videos where she's like rushing this baby off. Like, and there was even ones where the little girl says she was hungry or she got to pee. And like, she's literally holding herself, you know, in that area because she's got to pee. Like, it's a damn shame.
Because we've been able to call it out on both sides. Hey, sugar. The thing with me specifically, I almost feel like you will negate or you will diminish the things that I can sit here and tell you the things that I've gone through by the hands of women, right. And you'll it's almost like you won't.
I tried to explain to you why you stopped.
Yeah, it's not even about you explaining why. This is the thing. I look at and I take people at their value. If a man does some fuck shit to me, I have no problem with saying that, look, that nigga did some fuck shit, that nigga ain't shit. But I've also had men that have treated me right. I've had men worship the ground I walk on. I've had men serve me. I've had men take care of me.
Look at Princella's face, because Princella don't know shit about that. She does not know what it's like. Right, she can't relate. She don't like to hear it either. Look at her.
No, because it takes her off her brand. Her only thing she wants to talk about is how her method is just control, and all she wants to do is push in on the pain. So what Sister George is talking about, or what Sister George is talking about, that's more whole. That's putting a little bit of more balance into it, because not all men, it goes into all or nothing thinking, right? Nothing is all this or all that, because there's always a variance of something being added to that circle. And nothing is all this or all that. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Well, she doesn't understand. Well, she's honestly, and I hate to say this because I know people view this as hate. Princella is not really that intelligent. Like she never rightfully deduces any sort of nuance in any conversation. She has to take like a hard right or a hard left and everything. There's nothing in between with her. It's like something resonates with whatever she needs it to, and that's where she goes, and she doesn't pay attention. You know what I mean? Like, I guess tunnel vision or whatever, but she's not, I hate to say, but she's dumb to me. Like she really is, but I am pretty judgmental when it comes to intellect too.
Well,
but
it
an
also
idiot.
goes into emotional maturity, right? Like you don't have to be the one that's always right when you're in the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she always has to be right. And if you say something that sounds right, then what's she gonna do? You're dumb. You're stupid.
You don't understand, or she'll say you got that's the male identifier. You still sucking dick. That's what she says to the women when they don't agree. You're still sucking dick. That's what she says to them.
Well, she's playing Usher, and the Usher song has nothing to do with abusing women.
Girl, this entire video, she's bringing out men. All the video, she's not taking a dick out of her mouth yet. Everything that she's talking about involves a man.
And if it's women empowerment, if we're speaking life to women, then a lot of times, yes, we'll bring up men, but we'll also talk about women too.
There are women that have made significant contributions to intellect, to philosophy and all that, like, but she never brings them up. Now, sometimes, well, she had to start to bring up this one woman because once we realized where she got her bonobo theory, she got that from a white woman, right? And she was basically trying to steal that woman's little shtick about what she was talking about. But because we kept clocking her, finally she has to, go get the authors and all this kind of stuff. She steals from women and celebrates men.
Also had that with women. And what I look at when you talk about nature and you talk about men's nature, I don't necessarily hear you talk about you'll talk about certain aspects of women's nature, but you don't necessarily get down to if you get down to the low down dirty shit that women do, you still blame it and put it back on the man. You do. That's all you've been doing. Every time we brought up concepts and things that women have done, you will still say that it's on the man. This is the philosophy of the man. This is what they've been taught by men.
Like a damn toddler.
Yep, and she's right. She's right though. I think we literally just said that before she said it. She always attributes things to men.
Everybody has to take responsibility.
Whoa, stop. See, this why I'm telling you, I'm not gonna come back over here. I'm not gonna come back over here.
Girl, she's better than me because I would have hit up the mute button on her. So I could finish what I was gonna say.
It's not male or penis worship. It's not male or penis worship.
Ask me a question.
It's not.
Ma'am,
You
asked me a question. Ma'am, I studied psychology. I studied science.
You also went off what led you to your positioning. What led you to your positioning was all the fucked up experiences that you experienced by the hands of men, according to your own voice. That's what
Well, you know what? I feel like we need to look this because she's a fucking mammy.
I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain where I can save him. I'm climbing up Mammy Mountain so he can cheat on me.
Like it's always a man. It literally is.
Crazy work. It's because she got dog walked. That's what it's about.
Yes.
You said.
Ma'am, stop. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, hold on, Danny.
let me tell you something. When you have a fucking problem in life, you analyze what the fuck is wrong with it. If you got something wrong with your car, you don't just keep
mad because she got exposed
and not figure out what the problem is. Okay, so here's the thing. To continue to go through these things, I must analyze what the fucking problem is. So what you ain't finna do, and I'm not gonna sit up here and let you do it, is act like I'm acting like a damn victim, like I ain't did no scholarship and no.
But actually, that's exactly what you did, though.
Hold on, Danny. Hold on, Danny.
No,
Let's do this.
Fuck that. Concrete, fuck that. That's exactly what you did. You came over here and you outlined everything that you did, everything that you went through by the hands of a man.
Let us do this. Thank you, Princella, for coming on. We're gonna give you the floor so you can go ahead and
Fuck no.
You had enough of the floor.
Girl, I would have cussed Concrete out. I would have removed you from our own stream because you don't let no fucking bully, badass, bulldagging ass bitch come on your platform and dominate like that in a disrespectful way and gaslight you. She was wrong. Danny was supposed to give that bitch that word. This woman talks fly shit everywhere she goes, disrespects everybody, and you gonna tell Danny, hold on, we're gonna give you the phone. No, fuck that. No.
Say any closing remarks and we'll just start the process to wrap it up. Thank you for coming on. You can close out with anything you want to say in closing.
Okay, thank you. So what I want to say is this. Everybody got a damn reason that they come to a conclusion. And I'm not going to let nobody sit up here and criticize me for how the fuck I came to my damn conclusion. You damn right I live life. You damn right I lived life. And I figured out the problem with the world through my life experiences. As we should, if we got any goddamn sense. Right?
She's done everything but look in the mirror.
I don't have the experiences now that I had when I believed the fucked up program. Because there is a way to analyze human behavior. What you don't want to hear is why people behave the way they behave. You don't want to hear why women behave. You just want to say they do this, they the problem. Fuck why. No, it ain't no psychological program, baby. Biology matters, psychology matters, and sociology matters. And anybody that's willing to dismiss these factual disciplines to get to the root of the problem of why humans behave in the manner in which they do, I ain't got no business talking to them. So I appreciate y'all for bringing me here, but I'm out.
Thank you.
Damn.
So I'll tell y'all like this. If you bitches don't think, no, I'm not even gonna call y'all bitches because I'm not mad at anybody. Everybody has to take responsibility and accountability for the shit that they allow in their life. I can't sit around and say that a man is responsible and accountable for the fucked up choices that I made. I can't sit here and call out and blame every fucking guy that I chose, that I allowed in my body, that I allowed in my pussy, and say that it's their fault that I allowed them there. I can't say that. Y'all are in danger because y'all don't take responsibility for your own fucking choices. Every man ain't did nothing to me. I ain't gonna sit here and blame every man. Every woman ain't did shit to me. I can't sit here and blame every woman. Everybody has to take accountability. Black men have did some fuck shit. Black women have done some fuck shit. Women, men, humans have done fuck shit. So I'm not gonna sit here and you want to relegate all the problems back to men. Yep. You want to relegate all that shit back to men. But when it comes down to holding women accountable and saying, okay, ladies, this is where we're fucking up at. Y'all want to still sit around and point the fucking finger. If you came on here and you outlined everything that a man did to you, and you're saying that this is how you came to your conclusion, and you're saying that all men are bad, you came to your conclusion like that. I came to my conclusion that you got people on both sides that ain't shit. You do. I can't sit around and blame a woman for I can't sit around and blame a man for something that a woman did to me that wasn't even fucking nothing to do with the fucking man. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's all that pseudoscience, you know. But I think she cooked her right there, like, because at the end of the day, that's what she's doing. She done sucked every dick. Now she want to lick every clit, and because at first it's all the men that were bad, right? But then what did she say recently? You know, I didn't know the problems that y'all men had until I started dating women. And that, you know what I'm saying? So now it's the same thing. It's, you know, women are bad and women, like, she is diabolical. She's nuts.
Everyone's wrong except for her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And then to see that these women that follow her, like what is happening? What the fuck is wrong? What is wrong? How can they not see through this?
I think when you are in a wounded place, and I'm just making a general statement because I don't think they're all wounded, but I think that when you're in a wounded place and you connect with someone else who can identify with your wounds, that becomes your focus. It almost becomes a tunnel vision, right? So you can't see all of it because you just see that person identifies with you in your wounded place, which is why there's the gaslighting. And you mentioned something which is true about cults. This is about this is true for any trauma bond, any relationship that's unhealthy. Quite a few of it is like, not everything that person is saying is not true. So they'll blend it so that they can still draw you in, and they're trying to see what they can do to draw you in all the more. So no, they don't see it, because when you're in it, it's hard to see yourself out of it. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Any final words?
bonding. I was gonna say,
Oh,
yeah, it's the trauma bonding. Like, it happens in, you know, narcissistic relationships. It happens with pimps in the club. It happens with cult leaders. It happens even with life coaches. You know, you get trauma bonded because you go to these places in a vulnerable state looking for answers, and you know, the wrong person is going to use those things against you, manipulate you, and go down, you know, all the cult tactics to get you a part of the cult, and pretty soon you don't know who you are. And like I said, like, they're gonna need therapy after all this.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to get ready to wrap up, but I want to make sure that everybody knows where to contact you guys and follow your content, because I'm sure Flaw Villain put about 1,500 videos up today. She probably released 30 while we were on this live stream. Elisha as well. Elisha is always releasing content. I follow them both. I'm subscribed to them both. I'm not sure if you're on YouTube as well, Flaw Villain.
Yeah.
So let everyone know where your channel is, where we can find you to sub to your channel.
One of them is pinned, but it's at Infinitely Balanced on YouTube, The Flawed Villain. Either way, I think either way it pops up, but on TikTok, it's The Flawed Villain as well.
Okay. And so either way, TikTok, YouTube, IG, all of that, look for Flawed Villain or Infinitely Balanced. I'll link everything down in the comment section. And then we have Elisha. We already know our girl, our Viber. You want to go ahead and let everybody know where to find you, what you got coming up?
Sure, it's Elisha Space. I've got some interviews that are coming up on the topic of grief, and then also talking about some of the mishandling of mental health when it comes to some things with the church too. So I've got that coming up.
That sounds interesting. Well, all right. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate both of you guys coming up and cooking with me for a minute. Like I said, I'm about to look and see what y'all got going on next. I already know what the villain is about to do. I already know. I'm telling you, girl, you got to get Elisha. It's like, when I tell you, it's like 20 videos a day.
That is awesome.
Like, she is like, it's literally that belt to ass concept for real. It's like, it's bad. It's bad. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I'll be live later on the other channel. So we can get into some of our crime mess and Nesto mess, so we can get really silly and ignorant over there. And we'll be back next week with B. Taylor, Dana, she's in the chat, as well as a couple of other people that have actually been on the inside in the inner circle with Princella, people that have been in her Discord. She's out here fucking up lives.
Yes,
that's what she's doing. She's fucking up lives,
and this is why social media cannot be your therapist. It cannot.
No. I think you can find some helpful people. You can find some good content creators or whatever, but you still got to do the work. You still got to do the work. Yep. You guys got anything to say before we close?
Thank you for having me out. This was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you for having me on the show, Nala. It was fun. I love working. I love being with y'all. So,
we love you too, Muffin. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claim it, it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.